Hello and a very warm welcome to the second semi-final of the DP World ILT20 Development Tournament. It's the ILT20 Pearls versus the Dubai Capitals Development Team. We saw an absolute humdinger earlier on in the evening. More than 200 were chased, and Rais Ahmed, well, you wouldn't believe that he ended up on the losing side, scoring a fantastic 100 today. That's why he's on the top of list for the most prolific batters in the tournament, 309 out of the tournament team. Most sixes, again, Rais on top, Sahir Khan, who ended up at the right side of the results for the Giants, 19 for him. And in total, we were informing you earlier on as well that we have had an excess of 256s and almost 400 fours. And Rais Ahmed on top of that. All individual accolades for him, but unfortunately for him and his team were on the wrong side of the results. So the second semi-final here, and top performers Mayank Chaudhary and Zohaib Khan, who we see as well in action for Dubai Capitals.
Well, yes, and the top performers for the ILT20 Pearls, you've got Alishan Sharfu. You can't keep him out of that list. He got a brilliant 100 yesterday, scoring 139 runs in the tournament. Asif Khan closely following at number 2. These two are key when it comes to the batters in the ILT20 Pearls playing 11. And if you talk about the bowlers, how can you not mention Uzair Khan, who's got a fifer to his name already in the tournament and has got 13 wickets in the tournament as well. Mathiullah, he's bowled well and has impressed one and all with 7 wickets with a best figure of 3 for 23.
So performance so far for Dubai Capitals, who are, by the way, the first team to get into the semi-finals. They started off well, won the first one, then a dip. Pearls, who are going to be their opposition tonight, they lost to them. Then back-to-back victories against the Marvels and Vipers respectively, and lost to Thunderbolts yesterday, courtesy that fantastic 100 from Alishan Sharfu, but still find themselves in the last 4.
Well, and talking about the ILT20 Pearls then, they've started off well in the tournament, got 2 wins to their name, lost a couple of matches, and then came back strongly against the Gulf Giants development team. Now, they are playing that semi-final against Dubai Capitals. If you talk about their head-to-head performance, ILT20 Pearls definitely have the bragging rights. They won that game against the Dubai Capitals development team in the earlier round. Well, time for us to find out what happened at the flip of the coin.
Yeah, so it was ILT20 Pearls who won the toss. Alishan Sharfu, the captain, and he had no hesitation in electing to bowl, which I think has been the trend in the last 3 matches here. That is the lineup. Dubai Capitals, who are batting. Khalid Shah, the captain. Mohammad Zohaib, who's been amongst the runs. Mayank Chaudhary too has been impressive. Ali Abid, Hafiz Almas, who's a general all-rounder. Junaid Afridi, who's been used as a super sub too. Haider Ali has been impressive, and their fast bowlers have looked good in Raja Khan and Umeed Rahman.
Yes, and let's look at the playing 11 for the Pearls then. For the ILT20 Pearls, Alishan Sharfu leading the side. They've got some big superstars in the playing 11. Rohan Mustafa, he's been around for a long time in the UAE, has played a lot of franchise cricket all around the world. They've got Asif Khan, who's a dangerous batter at the top. Hussain Amin comes in the playing 11. Ethan D'Souza, Yasir Kaleem in the middle order. Kamranatha, the wicket keeper, behind the stumps. And they've got some really good talent as well. So it's going to be a good mix. And it's going to be an exciting matchup, Zohaib, between the 2 top sides of the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. A wonderful match on the cards. Mohammad Zohaib, who was too shy of 100 a couple of games ago. And Rohan Mustafa will start the proceedings. He has all the experience in the world. It'll be interesting to see how he goes about his business. It's an interesting start actually to go with Rohan Mustafa. Interesting choice by Alishan Sharfu.
Yes, and he's a character. We all know what he can do. He does like to contribute as much as possible with the bat, with the ball. Rohan Mustafa, as you rightly pointed out, interesting to start off the proceedings, and he's going to be bowling some spin. We saw him bowl some seam-up deliveries in the previous few matches.
Well bowled at the start. Yeah. I mean, he's a multifaceted cricketer, Rohan Mustafa. Bats right at the top. Tons of experience. Has been on the circuit. Zoeb goes for the big one, and it will land over the line as well. Starts with a 6.
Well, just rocking on to the back foot, Zoeb, and he is in prolific form. He's not going to miss out on that one. Not a bad ball from Rohan Mustafa, but just a super shot from the in-form Zoeb Khan.
It was just that short, not really short delivery. And he bounced on it, reflective of the fact that he's in wonderful form, because he's picking the length of the ball really quickly. And again offered. Good commitment from Alishan Sharfu at mid-on.
Yeah, great work. Saved a certain boundary, because the lightning quick outfield is not going to help the fielders or the bowlers, and the batters do get value for their shots. And talking about batters who've done well, there's one name on your screen you can't miss, Mayank Chaudhary. 216 runs, 16 boundaries, 12 sixes, best of 91. He's just peaked at the right time for the Dubai Capitals development side.
That has also helped him get into the emerging Asia Cup 2, which is going to start soon, so he will be representing the UAE.
Oh yes, he's got that opportunity, and he'll want to cash that opportunity as much as possible. UAE going to Oman to play the emerging teams Asia Cup. End of the first over. Not a bad start for the Dubai Capitals development team. 8 for no loss.
The two teams for the second semi-final. Gulf Giants of 8. They will be playing the final tomorrow. It starts at 7 p.m. What a remarkable chase. They never were out of the competition. They kept on losing wickets. And Shoaib, the best part was that they never felt that they're out of the competition. They kept the belief going. Though they were losing wickets, they still went after it.
Yeah, you're spot on with that observation, Zoeb, because for us as spectators, we thought that the game is slipping away. For us as spectators, we thought that the game is slipping away from the hands of the Gulf Giants development team, but it was the batters who've not given up. This is a good shot, some aggressive intent from Mayank Chaudhary as he gets a fan code for
400th boundary of the tournament. It's been that kind of a competition where we've seen a lot of fan code 4s and many humongous 6s as well. So more than 250 6s and now 400 boundaries. Are you surprised by that tally?
I am absolutely startled and pleasantly surprised. Of course, I was expecting some entertainment, but this is beyond our expectations Short ball in the air. Mistimed hit. Will land safely towards the square leg. I'm sure our sponsors will be very happy with that, especially Fan Code.
Of course, they keep on seeing that Fan Code 4 on the screen. Two doves carrying their flag. Not sure if it's a dove or a pigeon or some other bird. It's white, so we'll just stick to a dove.
Dove is elegant and royal, so let's stick to dove. But yes, important fixture this one between the two teams, Dubai Capitals Development Team and ILT20 Pearls. They were on the verge of almost being out of the tournament, and from there to play the semi-final, I think the ILT20 Pearls have done well.
Yeah, they've done really well. I mean, it was a very seesaw kind of a campaign for them, but they clicked at the right time. And the finish in the end, especially Alishan Sharafu stepping up, helped a lot.
Some swing for Mati, but it's down the leg side, so will be a wide. So you've been involved with the ILT20 for a couple of seasons, and you've been a part of the ILT20 development as well. What is one difference that you can point out compared to the previous season, which is something that is a positive that you would take into this season as well?
He goes for it and will find the boundary, Mohammad Zohaib. Another one for him. He just latches on anything which is slightly short. When he was against Rohan Mustafa as well, he just adjusts so quickly, reads the length and times it so well. And of course, he knows that at the moment for the first 6 overs, the field is in. So minimum risk of going aerial.
Yeah, very good hit. Just wonderful to see him bat. He is like poetry in motion. Very elegant, good to the eye, very pleasing, and never slogs. This is just another finesse shot on the pads, trickles away towards the boundary. Yet another Fan Code 4.
Poor delivery from Matiullah. He was asking to be hit. You have fine leg inside the circle. Why would you bowl that line? I mean,
end of the second over, 22 for no loss.
beaten. So you were asking me about the second season of ILT20 development in particular. So I think first, as we have like the first season blues, now into the second season, most of the players understand the format well in terms of the tournament. They've seen a couple of seasons of the main DP World ILT20, so they know that what is in store for them, what is up for grabs. So you see the intensity has increased. And what a catch! This is a wonderful take by Alishan Sharafu. The first wicket down as Mohammad Zohaib departs.
Well, that was just plucked out of thin air. From nowhere, Alishan Sharafu jumps into the screen and plucks it. And look at that dive onto his right. Yes, had to just reach out for it. And with both hands, I think that was key. Alishan Sharafu takes a good catch. The danger man, in-form batter, Mohammad Zohaib Khan, is walking back. He can't believe his luck. 15 of 8 is what he scored. First wicket down. It's 23 for 1.
Khalid Shah, the captain, in now. 52 runs so far in the competition. Would have liked a bit more runs in his kitty.
Yeah, he's been shuffling himself a bit in the batting order, and it's never easy for batters to keep not having a confirmed or a concrete position in the playing 11. And if you are in that role, it gets even more challenging to score runs. So I have to give him credit, but as a captain, he's kept his team's objectives before him, which has worked wonders because they are in the semi-finals now.
They've taken a lot of calculated risks. Now, and you talk about him, and I think they have Ahmed Raza at the helm too, a very intelligent cricketer. Of course, and former captain of the UAE, and now very heavily invested and involved with Dubai Capitals. That's the end of the third. A very successful over for Rohan Mustafa and the Pearls. It's 23 for 1. So that was the Thunderstorm by Thunderbolts versus Gulf Giants, the first semi-final. At halfway mark, it was 216, and a lot of people saw that thanks to Rais Ahmed's 100, that they've batted out Gulf Giants. There were portions in that chase too where we thought that Thunderbolts will win it, but Gulf Giants had other ideas. What was the turning point, according to you, Shoaib?
Well, for me, I think it was the innings from Hamid Khan that instilled that belief that they might just be able to chase it down. Because before that, it was all about the Thunderbolts, the ILT20 Thunderbolts and their bowling. But that innings just deflated the confidence of the bowlers. And that's where the opening was for the Gulf Giants to creep back into the game.
Oh, that's a shot and a half from Mayank Chaudhary, and handsomely goes over the boundary line. In fact, it goes over the hoardings as well for a 6.
That was a very good hit, Mayank. It was in the slot, but you still need to put them away. And he didn't bend into that shot. Just stand, and that golf swing of the bat gets enough connection. And that is a sign of a man in form, isn't it?
Absolutely. Proper tee off. And the Els Club is not far away from here.
Well, I'm sure quite a few scouts from the Els Club might want to have a watch of this game. Mayank Chaudhary is absolutely belligerent when it comes to hitting in the first 6 overs, especially with the power play overs in effect. He does enjoy hitting those big hits.
That was the breakthrough. Mohammad Zuhair ball trying to... In fact, he timed the ball well. It was just... through. And there is protection. It was just that he was a meter, maybe, a meter and a half towards the right. He would have liked to be on the left, and it would have been another boundary.
Yeah, you could see the disappointment on Zoeb's face, because he thought that he's cleared that fielder at mid-on, but that was a brilliant take from the captain, Alishan Sharfu. Shahid Iqbal, he's had a mixed bag of performance. He's shown some signs of brilliance with the ball, but I think he's one of those bowlers who relies a lot on rhythm. On his day, he can be very lethal, but sometimes he's just off colour, and then suddenly he looks very ordinary. I think the more he plays, the more he adapts, the more he learns on how to assess the situations, the conditions, I think the better he'll get.
Well, when you have back-to-back games, it's difficult to find time for dinner. And both are the third umpire, just finding time to grab a bite. You yourself had about 10 minutes to have dinner.
Yeah, we just hogged during that break. Gavi not that lucky. Swing and a miss.
the umpiring has been pretty high standard in this competition, which is good to know, because what happens is generally when you have a competition of this level, it's hard to get umpires who make good decisions, and I think the umpires in this competition have been right at the top of their game.
And that's a very interesting point you make, Zoeb. And the great Simon Toffel, one of the best umpires of the era, had a very interesting thing to say about the umpires. We'll come back to that after this break. 4 overs, it's 30 for 1. Well, 4 overs, 30 for 1. The umpiring, as you mentioned, has been top-notch. And as we were discussing, a very interesting point that Simon Toffel made about umpires. Well, he said that to have a good game of cricket, you don't need 2 but 3 teams to do well. The 2 teams, and then the third team is the team of the umpires. And I couldn't agree more with him.
Meanwhile, Uzair Khan now into the attack. The left arm pacer, he comes at an angle which at times is a bit uncomfortable for the right-hander. Kabi Botha. He's been another good umpire. Umpiring all round has been very impressive in this competition. Goes down the track. Mayank Chaudhary did not time it to perfection, but the result is a boundary.
A mistimed hit from Mayank Chaudhary, but he's placed it in the gap towards mid-wicket. Uzair Khan with that length delivery and riding high on confidence was Mayank Chaudhary. Gets that in the gap, a couple of bounces as the ball trickles away towards the fence for a fan code 4. And just not coming from the middle of the bat there, but he'll take it. 4 runs are 4 runs. Doesn't matter from which part of the bat they come or which area of the cricket field they come from. Now that's down the leg side. Will be called a wide.
Was there just asking him that it has maybe gone over the batter. I mean, interesting to see the replay, but it was very clear that it was a wide. Sometimes I think, because as a bowler, you always believe it's not a wide. And it's such a bowler thing to do. Get very surprised.
It's always a very close call, and if it hits the pad, it's always LBW. Played with soft hands. No chance for a run. Good slower delivery there from Uzair. But he's bowled well all throughout the tournament. So he's I think, one of those bowlers who's assessed the conditions well and has changed his bowling according to what is needed on a certain type of wicket.
Yes, he knows that he doesn't have express pace, so he needs to use the crease well. Short delivery played well, just for a single. So this wicket had almost 450 runs in the first semi-final. You would expect it to slow down a bit, but not very much so, because of course it's still less than 50 overs on it, or 45 to be more precise.
And these are true even pitches, so they don't get affected so much. I think the shout out has to go to the groundsmen and the way they maintain these wickets. there is cricket all year round on these wickets. And the way they manage them and handle them, I think it's just a testament to how wonderful these conditions are here at the ICC Academy. 5 overs bowled, 36 for 1 is the score.
There's a wide. Now it's over. Not much change. 37 for 1.
So it's 5 overs, 37 for 1. Shahid Iqbal to continue. Oh, some aggressive intent from Khalid. Plays it up and over, one bounce towards the covers. And that'll be a fan code for.
He came down the track, so which means it's pretty much premeditated. If you're coming down the track to a fast bowler, that he'd made his mind way before the ball was bowled. It's the last over before power play, so of the power play rather, so that's why he's taking that risk.
Now a wild swing from Khalid. This is what sometimes is like a curse for him. Once he gets going, he wants to hit every ball out of the park. There is no changing gears for Khalid Shah. Once he's in top gear, he is in top gear.
A very much rhythm kind of a batter, Khalid Shah. He's not one of those big hitters from the word go. Takes his time to get in the touch. Once he starts timing the ball, he looks good.
Goes full Shahid Iqbal and nicely played by Mayank. It seems like he's got that extra half a second to gauge where the ball is, and that is a sign of batters who are in a good frame of mind. They know that they can back their instincts while playing their shots.
Yes, Mayank Chaudhary has been one of the impressive players. It's Andy Flower would be really happy, and of course he's been keeping a very close eye on every game.
Yeah, we could see that huge sigh of relief after that win. I'm sure he'll be relieved that they are going into the finals, because I think they were a good side all throughout. They were one of the sides who were expected to do well in the tournament, and they've got into the finals backing some really good talent, believing in themselves. Yes, there is room for improvement, especially the fielding was dismal today, but that is something that they'll want to rectify in the big final.
And remember that the Gulf Giants are the winners of the inaugural edition of DP World ILT22. So he has high standards. That's a shot of a very high standard itself. Mayank Chaudhary through the line for another 6.
Just 2 full from Shahid Iqbal, and Mayank Chaudhary, the kind of form he is in, he's not going to miss out. Again, that beautiful swing of the bat, and doesn't hold on anything, just goes with it, believes in himself, and gets a 6 straight down the ground.
It's been a solid start for Dubai Capitals. Yes, it looks a bit sedate compared to the last two innings in the first semi-final. But if you look at it, they're close to 50 now by the end of the power play. Just lost one wicket, and Mayank Chaudhary looking really good.
Oh, this is excellent. Mayank Chaudhary just using the pace, opening the face and getting 4 runs. Fan code 4 to end the power play. 6 overs done. It's 52 for 1 in this semi-final 2 between Dubai Capitals Development and the ILT20 Pearls. Right, so power play overs done. That's the confirmation from the umpire Nadeem Anjum. And after 6 overs of power play, it's 52 for 1. Catches the call. Reaches Alishan Sharafu. It will be a single. Khalid Shah on 6 of 10. Mayank Chaudhary on 29 of 19. Rohan Mustafa, beg your pardon, continues to shine in this game. He's got a wicket, that too of Soeb Khan. Pushed on the back foot. Nicely done by Mayank. Plays it for a single. $54 for 1. Not a bad start. As the left-handed Khalid Shah continues to bat, I think Rohan Mustafa will continue to bowl, turning the ball away from the left-handed Khalid Shah. Now pushes it for a quick single. And Rohan is not happy with that single being given. Current run rate of 8.25. Pushed for a single yet again. This is good bowling. Very good bowling from Rohan Mustafa. One more ball to go in the over. It has been a decent over. No boundaries conceded. Will want to finish off well. Yeah, just a single to end the 7th. In fact, they're going for the 2nd. And will get those 2 runs. Good running between the wickets. Very good running. End of the 7th over. It's 58 for 1. So it's going to be Matiullah to continue. He gave away 14 in his first over. Has been brought back into the attack after the 7th over. First ball pulled away. And it's gone the distance, I think. A flat 6. No, it's 4. A fan code 4 for Mayank Chaudhary. Just the right time to introduce a change in the comm box. I've been joined by Samir Yunus.
A good shot this. Mayank Chaudhary is in good form. He's racked up the runs in this tournament. And any loose delivery will be punished. I like to watch him bat. He's such a package of a batter. Has got the big shots, footwork on point, very technically sound. He's really found form in the right time for his team, and himself will be high on confidence after getting selected in that emerging squad for UAE. Matiullah conceding a boundary off the first ball of the over. And just the last couple of games haven't gone well for Matiullah Khan. He's been a little erratic. Khalid Shah at number 3. He must be obviously preferring this. He's more of a top order batter. Has been batting at 4 and 5 in the past few games, but this is more suited to him. Hasn't really got going in this innings yet, but while Mayank is doing all the heavy lifting, he won't mind just easing himself into form. Still recovering from that absolutely crazy clash in the first semi-final. That game was one of the best, in fact the best game of the tournament, and the expectations have been set high for this semi-final too as well.
63 runs have been scored, Samir, in this game, and it's not as if we haven't seen boundaries or sixes, but suddenly this game is looking like it's pretty slow, and that is because of the high adrenaline rush that we've gone through in that first game, in that first semi-final.
Yeah, we've raised the bar, haven't we? And I was struggling to keep up with it. Of course, these are all competitive cricketers. They do put on a show. They do go on and give it their best every single time. And to me, this tournament has been brilliant because it's the absolute top cricketers in the UAE domestic circuit, swatted by Khalid Shah. Won't be more than a single. And I think these kind of tournaments should be played more often, Shoaib, because just 5 teams, just 6 teams, and all of them with the top talent of this country. And that's when the quality of cricket really improves.
Yeah, I think 3 times a year should be ideal. I would love that. This is some really good entertainment, and this is something that people would pay and watch. That's the kind of quality we've seen here at the DP World ILT20 development. Off the pads, there's an appeal, a stifled one. Not out, says Asif Iqbal. And that's the leg by signal as well. So just 1 run off the pad.
Yeah, I thought he may have got an inside edge on that. Looked pretty straight. Even Matiullah Khan himself wasn't too keen with that appeal. Yeah, 65 in the 8th over. Not the worst of starts. They could have gotten a better one, but like you said, it's been sedate. It hasn't been all that exciting from either teams. Shot again, Khalid Shah looking to push that away. Call for 2 very early, and they're coming back for it. Good running between the wickets and a good over again for the Capitals. It's 67 for 1 after 8. Uzair Khan has been picking up a lot of wickets in this tournament. Mayank Chaudhary has been in control throughout this innings. Gets a single off the first ball. It might just be one final opportunity for Khalid Shah to find some kind of form. He's been starved of runs. Of course, the captain of the team, he'll be pleased with how far the team has come, but personally, I'm sure he's quite disappointed with his own form.
Yes, we've been discussing about this. Actually, I was with Suhaib earlier on when he came out to bat, and it was a topic of discussion that it's not easy when you don't have a confirmed position to be playing at, and if you don't have a clear, well-defined role in the team. He's been flexible in terms of where he wants to come out to bat, according to team's requirement. This is flat batted. It might not go all the way. Excellent work. Brilliantly done. Uzair was looking for that run out. Won't get one. 3 runs for Khalid Shah, but he certainly saved a run for the ILT20 Pearls.
Yeah, and in this big semi-final, we know how those extra 1 or 2 runs that they save could be useful come the business end of this game. Yeah, good commitment. Great to see from the youngster. Diving around, giving it his everything. Khalid Shah was almost forced to jump on that shot. That is how short it was from Uzair Khan. Interesting this from the Pearls. Uzair Khan in the previous game didn't bowl up until the 15th, 16th over. They kept him specially for the death. But today, they've given him the newish ball. And so far, he hasn't conceded much, but his speciality is that he picks up wickets.
So coming back to Khalid Shah, I think the position that he's had as a captain, I think he's kept his team's goals ahead of him. And he's not bothered about his position. He's given up his opening role, has come down the order at number 4 and number 5 as well. Today he's come at number 3, just so that they can have that left-hand, right-hand combination. So he's been selfless. And that has been one of the reasons why Dubai Capital's development team are in the semi-finals.
Nicely struck on that occasion. Again, it won't go all the way to the boundary. Yeah, I think that's a great characteristic to have as a skipper. Putting your team ahead of yourself, especially in a tournament like this where you're looking to impress, looking to catch the eye of the selectors. Still to be able to do that and then putting the team's interests above speaks volumes of you as a person and as a cricketer who's got the team's interest ahead of himself. So kudos to Khalid. And of course, while he's still out there, we hope that he does find some form and some runs for his own good. Mayank Chaudhary making room for himself. This might go straight to the hands. It does go straight to the hands. Was there a need for a shot like that? And Uzair Khan once again providing the breakthrough.
Well, he's the man that ILT20 Pearls have always called upon when they needed a wicket. And this time he doesn't disappoint. I think this was a manufactured shot from Mayank. And the first time that he's done it in the innings. He's normally played on the merit. This time premeditated, trying to do something out of the box. Finds the fielder Shahid Iqbal. And while he was set, it was looking as if he's going to go up and get a big score. Not tonight. Second wicket down, it's 73 for 2. Shahid.
Junaid Khan in at number 4. Couple of wickets down are the Pearls, are the Capitals, beg your pardon. Starts off with one outside off. We'll let that one go. This is a tricky situation for the Capitals. They do have runs on the board, but they've lost a couple of wickets, and now there's a new batter out there. 9 overs done. It's 73 for 2. Nine overs into the first innings. It's going to be Harshit Seth, left arm spin of Harshit Seth to now bowl this 10th over. And Khalid Shah almost immediately looking to go after him because of the matchup. He will feel like he can try and go after the young lefty. On that occasion, will only get a single, bringing Junaid Afridi, who's yet to get off the mark, on strike. Harshit has bowled well in this tournament. Even in the previous one, he picked up a couple of wickets. 92 runs to Junaid, 47 his best in this tournament so far. He can obviously strike the ball. Now he needs to work hard and put together a partnership here. It's been not so stable from the Capitals. Nicely behind that. We'll get off the mark with a gentle push towards the offside.
Well, Dubai Capitals have been one of those sides that have played this game like a chess. They have rotated their players, their pawns, their bishops, and they've ensured that they keep the team with a mix of talent. They've ensured that they have a right mix, the right balance, and they've also used that super sub to their advantage pretty nicely. I'm talking about using your resources to the fullest. One of the teams that have been consistent all throughout, the Australian women teams, practicing just at the oval besides us. They've had a great run in the ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2024 here in the UAE, and they continue to be one of the favourites. They'll be storming through into the semi-finals. They have already qualified for the semi-finals along with New Zealand from this group. India misses out. Pakistan misses out. And from the other group, it will be England and I think West Indies or South Africa, either of the two.
Yeah, interesting in these conditions. It's the non-Asian teams that have actually gone on and qualified. Real dearth of real gap in talent being shown there in the women's team. And Australia, of course, world champions on multiple occasions in the World Cup. Right, focus back on the men's ILT20 development tournament here. At the halfway stage, the Capitals are on 78 for 2.
Right arm round, bowling change. Okay.
78 for 2 at the halfway stage by Capitals. Steady, but they would have liked to be at a better run rate than this. Usaid Amin into the attack. So spin from both ends as Khalid Shah looks to muscle this one. Won't be a single. Change in the com box here. Shoaib Ahmed takes a break, and joining me now is Faizan Khan. Expectations high after that first semi-final. This has been a rather sedate start so far.
I think they're going decently well here, if you ask me. With 8 wickets in hand, 79 runs. Khalid Shah hasn't had a good start in this tournament. Today he has that 20 runs of 23 balls. A very unusual knock coming in from him. Oh, up in the air. Drop shot, I think. Good attempt coming in from the fielder. Aditya Shetty there, I believe. Yes.
We've already seen one good catch taken by Ali Shan at mid-off. Oh, that's gone. Playing it really late off the top end of the bat, and Asif Khan knew very well as soon as it passed him, there was no point trying to chase that one.
I don't think he intended it to go there. He was looking to go squarer than that. But ended well for Junaid. Junaid has been in some good form, especially towards the start of the tournament. Cut away, square this time. There's a fielder, only a single. So he was in some very good form. He's hasn't really scored after the first 2-3 matches. So this is his time to come in and put some runs against his name. So does Khalid. And they have a lot of batters to come. There's Hafiz Almas who can play those big shots. And again going down the ground. Only a single.
You can see Khalid really beginning to try and power everything now. In the start, he was a bit more watchful, playing the ball to its merits. But just in these last couple of overs, you can see him trying to up the ante, play a few aggressive strokes. He's got the start. Now's the time to kick on and get a big one. Made room for himself. Said followed the batter. Only work it towards the leg side. It's been a decent over, except that 4, which by the way wasn't a very bad ball. 8 runs off it. It's 86 for 2 after 11.
Harshit Seth continues. Starts off with a dot ball. So yeah, you're right. They're very sedate, very calm. There was a flurry of runs that was coming in from the bat of Mayank. But he's departed. And chopped on. Very poor shot from Junaid Afridi. That wasn't required. He tried to muscle the ball away. All he did was play it onto the leg stump. Another wicket down. Big one.
He saw width from Harshit. His eyes lit up, wanted to crash it through the covers. But the pace of that delivery, too slow. Took the inside edge onto the stumps, and Junaid Afridi will not be able to make an impact in this game. 8 of 9. And now 2 quick wickets from the Pearls. It's 86 for 3. Adib Usmani in for the Capitals, a very talented, tall batter. He has to rely on his talent now to put together a partnership with Khalid Shah. They've lost a couple of quick wickets. Usmani has a job at hand, and that is to stabilise this innings for the Capitals. It's a bit hairy-fairy here, not going anywhere for them.
Yeah, played only a couple of games at the start of the tournament. And since then, that rotation of players coming in. Nicely bowled by Harshit. Harshit again has a knack of picking up wickets. You give him the ball, more often than not, he'll deliver a wicket for you. Partnership required. And Khalid Shah's wicket would be a very important wicket here, because he can't afford to lose that wicket now. Stutter from Adib Usmani. That was Khalid Shah's call. I don't know why you would stutter when your captain is calling you. That's the last wicket. Trying Trying to hit it too hard, trying to go towards mid-wicket long on, chopping it on. Soft dismissal for Junaid.
Yeah, that was the quicker one from Harshit, but one of the secrets to his success has been he's used the pace quite smartly. Most times he's been more than courageous to give that flight. Look at that. Generally, in fact, it's a wicket. Again, a bit of flight. It was a very good length he bowled on. Khalid was in two minds whether to get to the front foot or the back foot. Eventually, he's nicked one straight to the keeper. Brilliant bowling this from Harshit.
Yeah, that's a game-changing over here. 2 wickets in the over. Nothing short from Khalid. And certainly an edge. Kamran Atta took some time gathering the ball. Khalid says he has not touched it. I believe otherwise. He's gone. And that's a big wicket because he's taken a lot of deliveries getting going. 21 of 25. It's 87 of 4. The loss of 4 now.
Nice to see Ali Abid in the mix of things for the Capitals. Another fine batter. Has been in good form as well in the domestic circuit. Capitals can certainly do with that form here. And that shot is indication that he's feeling good about his batting. Off the middle of the bat, gets off the mark with a single. And a successful over from Harshit Seth comes to an end. 88 for 4 for the Capitals.
Rohan Mustafa to come and bowl. Onto the pad. Ali Abid is one of the finest batters in the middle order that I've seen in the domestic circuit. He's got technique. Nicely bowled, quicker ball. He's got technique, he's got temperament, and he's got all the shots in the book.
Interesting how they've used Rohan Mustafa. He bowled the first one and another one in the middle innings. So there's been no consistent spell of overs for him. He's just been used as and when required, and it's been an effective ploy. He's done well.
Yeah, started off the proceedings, in fact. He bowled the first over. And he's been doing well for his side. There goes Adib Usmani. He hasn't connected it. It is into the night sky and dropped. That's a very poor drop from Ethan D'Souza.
Well, he did put in a brilliant effort in the field to save a boundary. But this was hit very high from Adib Usmani. Hung in the air for a long time. Ethan got into a very good position. Yeah, had to track back at the last moment. That is when he probably misjudged it. But a chance for the tall Usmani. He has to make it count.
Trying to take that the Australian way. Well, either way as you go and take a catch, it's completely fine, no problem with that. But the correct technical way of taking it is the way all the other teams take it, not the Australians.
That's a very interesting point. The last time we mentioned it when Rahul Chopra took that catch, remember both of us were on comms. I actually posted that on my Instagram, and one of my friends from Australia, he sent me a message saying the reason Australians do that is because they have a very unique rugby and football combination game called the AFL, and the ball, the way of the shape of the ball, that's how they catch that ball in reverse cup style, and they grow up playing that game as kids. So that's one of the reasons the Australian cricketers take it that way. A bit of education here. 93 for 4 after 13.
Harshit to continue. Cut away nicely in front of square. There's a fielder there. That is the fielder that is in question. I think he was better off going the traditional way rather than going the Australian way. That is a difficult way to take those catches, because in the end your hands come in front of your face. So that last moment when the ball gets in your hand, if you haven't practiced with it, that becomes very difficult to catch those. Although I personally myself love to go that way to take a catch. It looks very nice.
We've been speaking of aesthetics, haven't we? And I think one of the reasons he went that way was forced to, because he misjudged and overran it. We'll try and see if we can have a look at it again. And he had to backtrack at the last moment. That's when he realized he needs to go reverse. There you go. Thank you, director, for this. So it really went high. He overran it. And then look at that. At the last moment, he had to backtrack. And that's when you have to take it that way. And like you said, because he probably isn't used to this way, went through his hands. In the meantime, Harshit is bowling brilliantly, and the fielding has been on point from the Pearls. Alishan leading from the front.
Yeah, especially this man. He took a blinder of a catch, and now this stop. He's just stopped one run. But the commitment that he's shown in the field is brilliant. Again, dancing down, this time straight down the ground, right from the meat of the bat. Much required six here from Adib Usmani's bat.
Yeah, he's a strong bloke, Usmani. Can hit the ball a long way. He's got the height, so he's got a very long reach down the track. Got to the pitch of the ball and powered it behind the bowler onto the side screen. The 100 comes up for the Capitals.
Good shot, that. Nicely played again. Quicker ball this time. Straight to the fielder for a single. End of another over. It's 14 overs gone, 101 for 4. It's 101 for 4. Two very good batters out there right now. They need to build up a partnership and go about their business. They're going at 7.21 runs per over. 150, if they get there, isn't a good total for a semi-final. You need to put some pressure, and we've already seen a chase of 217 in the first semi-final. Gulf Giants are the first team to have reached the finals, and one of these two are going to play them tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll have to set a target in their mind. As you said, 217 was chased down in that first semi-final. Of course, it's the same pitch that is being used, so there may have been some wear and tear. You mentioned this off-air a while ago, that they might not get to a 200, but if they have a realistic target in their mind, maybe a 170, 180, then this 50-over-old track might come into play for the spinners in the second innings.
Yeah, they need at least 170 for that to happen. Because Alishan is in form now. And the Pearl batters were looking really good in the last game yesterday. Trying to take a quick single. Not available there for Ali Abid. He's the bowler of the tournament, if you ask me. For me, Uzair Khan. He's been brilliant in every situation where he's come in and bowled and picked up wickets and plugged the flow of runs. He's done it brilliantly throughout this tournament. Every time his captain has given him the ball, he's produced results.
Now, I like his range. He doesn't stray too much, always in line with the stumps. If at all, he'll go to the fifth stump maximum in terms of width. And that's what makes it very difficult for batters to get him away. Shot. This has gone up. Could be another wicket for Uzair Khan. Takes it himself. This is reward for consistently bowling in good lines and good lengths. He has earned this accolade of being one of the highest wicket takers of this tournament.
Yeah, 2 wickets again for Uzair Khan. He's the only player who's picked up a fifer in this tournament. And now when it matters the most, he's turning on the heat for his side. Easy cotton bowl. Ali Abid throwing his wicket away. It's 102 for 5. The Capitals struggling now. Uzair continues. Oh, that's down the leg side. That is a wide call by the umpire. He's not happy about it. Uzair Khan amongst the wickets again. The last wicket is coming up for you. There you go. Back of the length. Getting big on Ali Abid. Trying to go for the hook shot. Then connect. And an easy cotton bowl. And a jig. So Uzair learning from Umair.
He's certainly enjoying himself, that's for sure. Why not when you're picking up wickets so regularly? So disappointing from Ali Abid, I thought. He was an important middle-order batter for Capitals, given the situation he had walked in. He had to take responsibility, bat through the innings. And when he does get set, we know how well he can bat. Unfortunate that he got out. Now Capitals are in some serious trouble.
Yeah, Ali Abid was one of those players that I was looking forward to see in this tournament. Unfortunately, he hasn't come good. Hasn't had too many opportunities also. Was coming low down the order when not a lot of balls were left for him to play, because he's one of those players that like to build an innings and not just go about things right from the word go. He loves to take singles and rotate the strike and then build on that. But once he gets going, there's no stopping him. Unfortunately, he's back to the pavilion now, so no point of talking about that.
Well, the man on strike, Hafiz Almas, can change things around very quickly. But again, he's coming in a very tricky situation. Hitting it hard into the ground, wants the single. But it will be denied. Another brilliant over from Uzair Khan. He's bowled 3, given away just 17 and picked up 2. It's 105 for 5 with 5 overs left in this innings. Well, this is the business end of this innings now. They were looking good at one point. The Capitals had lost just 2 wickets for about 80 runs, but suddenly in the last 2 or 3 overs, just lost their way a little bit. And now they'll have to reassess what's a good target on this track. Batting hasn't seemed all that easy. Some of the balls have stuck on the surface, hasn't really come on. Naveeb and Hafiz Almas will have to consider what a good target will be on this track. Shahid Iqbal into the attack again. Offers a bit of width. Usman should have hit that for a 4. You don't get opportunities, loose deliveries too often, and you got to capitalize when you get them. Going at just 7 runs per over. That needs to increase if they are to get to that 150 mark.
Yeah, certainly anything under 170 would be easy to chase down on this wicket. There's no demons in the wickets, frankly. So they'll have to get some runs on board, and here is a man, Hafiz Almas, who can turn on the heat here. They've got a good bowling attack. The Pearls cut away nicely. In the air, in the gap, it's running away. It's a much required for. Nicely played by Adib Usmani.
Similar delivery to the first one from Shahid Iqbal. He missed out on that one, Usmani. But this time he makes a good connection. Aerial intentionally and in the gap, more importantly. Away from the fielder, and that trickles away to the boundary.
Yeah, he read the length really quickly and played it in front of square in that extra cover region. And that's a fan code 4. We haven't seen enough of those since the time Mayank has departed. And long discussion going on between Hafiz Almas and Adib Usmani, possibly about the job at hand.
Those fan code birds have been given a break after that first game. They flew around quite a bit thanks to Rais Ahmed. Short and wide again. Shahid Iqbal, even from the previous game, has really struggled to find any rhythm in his bowling. He's been all over the place. Even today, 25 runs in 2.5 overs. They were thinking about a second there, but rightly called and settled for one.
He's a very difficult bowler to get away if he bowls in the right areas, because he has good jump on the crease. He bowls from a high arm action, very smooth action. So if he's bowling in the right areas, he's difficult to get away and get some perches off the wicket also. But not today. In fact, in this tournament, he's been lackluster. You expect a lot more from someone like Shahid Bhuta. Strongly built, very rhythmic. Look at that jump, high arm action. He's one bowler who is aesthetically very pleasing. That seems to be our term.
And we keep coming back to that, don't we? But like we always say, it's not just enough to look the part, you got to play the part as well. Which Shahid, unfortunately, in this tournament hasn't played it too well.
There are a couple of bowlers that I really like to watch in the domestic circuit. One of them is Shahid Bhuta. He looks very good. The other one is Hazrat Bilal. Hazrat Bilal has a very good, very smooth rhythmic run-up and then beautiful smooth action. Looks like resembles Mohammad Shami. Full toss. And gone. Dispatched for 4 more.
Yeah, low full toss that from Shahid Iqbal. The good thing from Usmani there was he didn't look to hit it too hard and up and over. Kept it along the carpet. And to the right of that fielder. Another boundary. So a couple of boundaries now to Usmani. He's starting to look good here. The Capitals will want him to go on and play the entire 20 overs. Get to that 150, 160. Give your bowlers a chance. Give them something to bowl at. Because it's a strong batting lineup for Pearls, mind you.
Yeah, you need to make those small targets. He's looking good. 22 of 16. Shouldn't throw it away here. Just keep going. One of these two will have to play the full quota of 20 overs. And the other one, wide down the leg side. Another poor ball. Trying to bowl the slower delivery. And another, Hafiz Almas, for example, needs to bludgeon the bowling in the coming overs. Maybe starting next over.
Yeah, that should be the roles defined for them. Usmani to play the long 20 overs and Almas to try and go after the bowling. They don't have much left in terms of their batting prowess. So it'll have to be these two to take on the responsibility and go on and finish on a high. So Alishan Sharaf are going berserk last night, so that'll be on their mind as well. They need a good enough total. Very nicely done again. They didn't look to hit it too hard, wanted it to go past that third fielder, was inside the circle, picks up single and keeps strike. Usmani, 16 done, it's 117 for 5.
going at 7.31 runs per over. From here on, if they keep on going at this rate, they'll get to 146. If they go at around 11 runs an over, they'll get to 161. And I think that should be the target. And the way Adib Usmani is going, he's looking good. He's hit the middle of the bat more often than not.
Mati into the attack. Starts off with a short one, pulled away nicely by Usmani. Ethan D'Souza has been busy in the field. The youngster has dropped one catch. But otherwise, his ground fielding has been quite on point today.
Yeah, he's a useful cricketer, Ethan. Very good batter in the middle order. Very elegant left-handed batter.
Like most of us, Faizan. I have to bring that
Yeah,
in.
there's something about lefties. They are a minority. Maybe that is the reason why. Hafiz Almas on strike. He goes big, hasn't timed it. False shot. 2 runs taken, good running between the wickets.
But Mati isn't pleased. He's telling the fielder there was no chance for a two there. You should have come to the ball quicker. And he's also right in a way. Because the fielder was, I think, caught ball watching, almost waiting for it to come to him. You got to charge and get to the ball.
If you could hear it, that's so Mati the way he said it. Yes. Very politely. Never makes a fuss about anything, Matiullah. Gem of a guy.
Yeah, I had the privilege of spending quite a bit of time with him a few months ago. And I can tell you, he's a fun character to be around. We shared some meals together. Great character. Powered towards long on again. Hafiz Almas needs to come good here. He's faced only 5 deliveries. But if the Capitals are to post a big total, a lot relies on Almas getting a big finish.
Yeah, they should look at getting a boundary every over. At least that. And then maybe can play out the over and get to 10 or 11 runs. And if they get a couple of loose balls, they can maybe even get to 15 run over. It's just a matter of 2 overs, 2 big overs. And the momentum is going to be with you. Oh, short and wide. Close. That was touch and go. Not given a wide by the umpire.
Yeah, attempting the slow bouncer on that occasion. The idea was right, but the line wasn't so great. Usmani did see it, just couldn't hit it. And yeah, he was also wondering why that's not called a wide. Should have been, but it's not the case.
Good start to the over. 4 balls and just 4 runs coming in. Shot again. This is up and over. Beautifully played from the middle of the bat. He's got maximum out of it.
Well, he's a very useful cricketer, Usmani. Comes late down the order, but he contributes impactful runs like this. Attempting that slow bouncer again was Matiullah Khan. And he really had to reach to it, but he did get a good part of the bat. And that's why it went all the way over the fielder.
That was completely against to what all the coaches will tell you ever. They will tell you to stay grounded, your balance should be perfect, and you don't have to play in the air like that. But he got maximum result out of it. This is up in the air, he hasn't timed it. And this is, Alishan Sharafu is everywhere. I think it's that man once again. And he has pulled it out. And just a single or a double. Double taken. So he saved 2 runs there.
Yeah, mid-off was up in the circle, so this shot was probably on. They didn't really get it off the middle of the bat, but look at that effort from the skipper. Fantastic. I hope he's not done some damage to himself, because he's the skipper of the team. They will need him for his batting at least. But brilliant. The fielding has been superb. End of 17, it's 129 for 5.
Uzair coming to bowl his final over of the spell. He's done well. Picked up 2 wickets. Hasn't given a lot away. Wide. That's a bonus run.
Yeah, that was probably sent outside off on purpose. I think Hafiz Almas is someone who's very strong through the leg side. So Uzair Khan probably knows that quite well. They do play a lot of cricket against each other, these boys. So he certainly has done his homework. So Almas, while he's on strike, I think Uzair is going to try and send it as far out as possible on the offside. And there's also the longer boundary. I'm sorry, Faizan.
That's gone down the ground. He's hit that hard, ferociously. That's gone for a boundary. A fan code 4.
Yeah, hit very hard. Full. This time he's gone deep in his crease and powered that down. More of these, please, is what the Dubai Capitals dugout will be saying. The bowlers especially will be saying, get us some runs. We'll try and win this game for you. A lot depends on this man to give them a strong and a big finish.
Good start to the over. 5 runs of the first legal ball. And again down the ground. This time, long on will cut it. Shahid Bhuta there. Just a slight fumble will ensure that they will take a 2.
Yeah, it's a good start to the over for them. They've gotten 7 now of the 2 deliveries that they've faced. Legal ones, like you said. Hafiz Almas just beginning to cut loose. You can see he's trying and muscling the ball now instead of just pushing it around. Just over 2.5 overs left. It's about time he did.
Slow ball. Oh, that's a schoolboy drop. That's the poorest drop that you'll see all throughout the tournament.
I think Matiullah Khan was quite surprised that the ball got to him. Uzair Khan bowling a straight delivery into the surface. It got big on Hafiz Almas' leading edge. Yeah, I don't think he was ready for it. Took him by surprise, and by the time he realized that the ball was coming to him, it was too late.
Yeah, maybe dreaming about playing in the finals tomorrow. Well, they need to turn that dream into reality and take those catches. Bad luck for Uzair. Short ball, swing and a miss. Good comeback from Uzair in this over. Just 7 runs coming off the first 4 balls. He was hit for a boundary on the first legal ball of the over. Since then, he's come back strongly. Current run rate has gone up to 7.75. That means they can take it to 155 from here on. Would that be enough? That is the big question. And again, that's the 3rd wicket, is it? Dropped again. It's Asif Khan. Uzair Khan should have had 4 wickets to his name.
Oh, frustration. Frustration to him. 2 chances gone begging in this over. This was high up. He was looking to hit an offside ball onto the leg side. Asif Khan ran a long way to get to it, but for some reason he stopped at the last moment. Misjudgment from the experienced Asif Khan.
They were both catchable. Both of them. He should have had 4 wickets to his name. Last ball to go. And that has been tonged away. This is going for 4 to add insult to injury. I feel for Uzair Khan here.
It's an unfair world for the bowlers. 2 chances he created, and then he's creamed through the covers for a 4 to make it worse for him. Nevertheless, another good spell from him. It's 143 for 5. These are the 2 wickets he's picked up today. Should have had more. This was Mayank. He was looking good until he played that shot which wasn't on, and then that bouncer that has worked so well for him throughout this tournament, hitting the deck hard, hurrying the batter, and getting the big wicket of Ali Abid. It's not just the number of wickets he's taken, Faizan. It is the batters he's gotten out. Always the effective ones, the ones that have been in form, and the ones that look dangerous.
And also his economy rate that has been fantastic throughout the tournament. We've talked about wickets. We haven't really talked about the fact that he has made life difficult for the batters. 143 for 5, 12 legal deliveries remaining. Matiullah has been expensive. And that has been the story for him in this tournament. Mati hasn't been very economical. And that's tonged away again in the air. Hasn't got the connection. And dropped again. That's 3 catches in a span of 5 deliveries.
Rohan himself will smile about it. Hafiz Almas and Mohammad Usmani, if they don't take advantage of these 3 drop catches, then they have only themselves to blame. He's gone deep in his crease. His weight is on the back foot. You can't play in front towards the bigger boundary. Rohan Mustafa, 9 times out of 10, he's catching those. But it's just not been their catching day for the Pearls. And that's what happens. You drop one, you get absolutely tonked in the next one.
Wow, classic example of why you should not drop catches. A catch was dropped, then a 4 was hit, now a catch is dropped, and a 6 has been hit on the next ball. 6 number 262. And that will take the total to 151 now. So Hafiz Almas, a couple of catches dropped, and he's making them pay.
This is short, pulled away, in the gap, all the way for a 6 again. Well, Pearls have only themselves to blame for this carnage from Hafiz Almas. 4 catches dropped in this game, 3 of them in the last over or so.
Another short ball. It was there in the slot, and he made merry on that ball. That had 6 written all over it. He's one of the most power-packed players in this tournament. Current partnership of 55 of just 24. Both of them going neck and neck. Hafiz Almas more so. 11 balls for his 26. And Mohammad Usmani, 26 of 13. So they're going, both of them are going at more than 200 strike rate. That's great hitting towards the end of the innings. 9 more legal deliveries remaining. And Matiullah's figures are something that he needs to worry about.
Yeah, he's struggled in this tournament, hasn't he? Created a chance in this over, but that was put down. 3 deliveries to go. Almas is in the mood. This is through the offside. Don't think he's middled it. But it doesn't matter because it's gone all the way again. This is some seriously good hitting from Hafiz Almas.
22 runs have come in from Hafiz Almas's bat since that first drop. That's how expensive those catches were. Cut away nicely. He was intently playing it in that region, trying to cut it away, sliced it off the bat, and he's so powerful that it was going to go all the way right from the word go. 54 in 3.4 overs from Matiullah. 3 sixes back-to-back in this over.
Yeah, we saw Alishan and Matiullah having a big conversation after that second 6. And the idea probably of coming around the wicket is to try and take the angle away from Hafiz Almas. But the problem is that's a shorter boundary on the offside, so a mistimed one also went all the way. Yorker. Where has the Yorker been in these end overs? They're thinking about a second. Will only be a single. For some reason, Faizan, the bowlers have just discarded the Yorker in these end overs of these recent matches that we've seen.
Yeah, maybe it's the wickets because they've seen the wickets behaving a particular way. They've seen them, if you bowl in the right areas, good length deliveries have been rising up. So wickets have been supporting faster bowlers. Maybe it is that reason that we haven't seen a lot of Yorkers in this tournament. But Yorkers are pure gold in any phase of a match. That's been played to hand and somebody eventually takes it. It's Yasir Kaleem. Easy catch for him. And Adib Usmani departs.
Yeah, some redemption for Matiullah Khan after getting tonked around in this over. Looking to be cute there. Adib Usmani saw the fine leg up, wanted to go over, but Yasir Kaleem is one of the safest hands in the house. Takes that comfortably, and that'll be wicket number 6. But a good hand from Usmani. Striking at 152, 38 of 25. It's 164 for 6.
So that partnership has made sure that they have got a decent total. 62 of 27 between Usmani and Hafiz Almas. It's 164 for 6 now. Very good partnership. The only other meaningful partnership was between the captain Khalid Shah and Mayank Chaudhary. A partnership of exactly 38 deliveries. Farhan Khan comes out to bat. Hasn't had the best of tournament with the bat. He can play some big hits, and that is what is required from him in the last 6 legal deliveries. Although Hafiz Almas is going to be on strike, and Shahid Bhuta, who's also been pretty expensive, just like Mati was. He's given away runs at 11 apiece in his 3 overs. Has been tonked for quite a few sixes. 3 of them. Hafiz Almas on strike. Yorked. Outside off. He's running hard and a misfield. He'll get there easily.
Well, this is an interesting call. Shahid Iqbal has been expensive in 2 matches back to back. Even in the last one, they gave him the last over. And once again, Alishan Sharafu has placed his faith on Shahid. This was the wicket of Usmani. Yasir was quick to the task of getting to the ball. And if Shahid doesn't get it right here, then they're in for a strong finish, the Capitals. And mind you, this score is looking much better than it was at one point.
Yeah, we were talking about 170. They've got there almost. 166 for 6. 5 more balls to go. Oh, didn't get the connection right. He was trying to hit it too hard. Single taken.
Hafiz Almas needs to be on strike as much as possible. There's 4 deliveries left. They had to take the one, of course. But now Farhan Khan, he also can tonk the ball for sure. But as we've said throughout these matches, it's not easy to immediately come out and start playing your shots. He's got just 4 to do it. I think run for anything will be the instruction.
Yeah, just 4 more legal deliveries remaining. They dropped those 3 catches. And Hafiz Almas has made them pay since then. 36 of just 15 deliveries. That's a brilliant knock under pressure. They have taken a single right away.
Hafiz Almas was halfway through the track by the time the ball hit the bat. That's how desperately he wants strike in this last over. 36 of 15, some clean striking. Yes, he's been lucky, but he's made them pay. And how much more will he invoice them? That's the question.
And there's a good chance of getting to 180 here. Hafiz Almas also has a good chance to get to his 50 here. All 3 boundary balls, if they can come in, he can reach to his 50, which is going to be the first for the tournament. Nice! Playing deep in the crease, waiting for that Yorker and twinking it away. He was toying with the bowler there.
Well, it's as if Shahid Iqbal told him 2 days ago that the 19.4th delivery, I'm going to bowl you there. And he was deep in his crease, ready for it. And look at the flow of the bat. Clean as you like, straight as you like.
He's made that shot happen because he was batting deep in the crease. This would have been a perfect Yorker if he was batting in a traditional position on the crease. 2 more balls, 174 for 6. Straight down the ground, they will run 2. They will at least look for 2. He's coming back. And a very poor throw will ensure that he's on strike for the last ball.
Yeah, Alishan knew he had to go to the keeper's end because Hafiz Almas was coming back for the second. More importantly, he keeps strike. He's 1 shot away from getting to a half century. But what a good flurry he's provided in the end. A strong finish is what the Capitals wanted, and he's provided that for them. He's exactly in this team for that reason. At one point, it was looking like a sorry scorecard for them. 100 up for 5. Game going nowhere, but him and Usmani have turned things around for them. Last ball of the over, last ball of the innings. Down the track. Has it got the distance? Nope. Straight to the hands. So Hafiz Almas will not get to his 50. However, he's done enough to keep the Capitals in the hunt. He's allowed them to get to 176 for 7, and at one point that didn't seem possible.
Yeah, again, batting deep in his crease, and this time it was closer to him. That's why he couldn't get the elevation right. Usaid Amin making no mistake. And what a good knock in pressure. Under pressure from Hafiz Almas. 44 of just 18 deliveries. A strike rate of 244. 7th wicket down with the score at 176. So it's 177 required to win the second semi-final. And what the Dubai Capitals would be looking for is quick wickets. That's the batting card for you. They started well with Mohammad Zuhaib, 15 of 8. Mayank Chaudhary, 38 for 20 of 27. And Khalid Shah struggled for his 21. Junaid Afridi couldn't get going. That is when Adib Usmani came out. But Ali Abid lost his wicket very quickly also. Adib Usmani and Hafiz Almas got into a partnership that has taken them beyond 170. That's the bowling card for you. Rohan Mustafa, the pick of the bowlers in terms of economy rate. 1 for 20. Matiullah, very expensive. Harshit Seth also giving away runs only at 5 runs apiece, picking up 2 wickets. And Uzair Khan, the pick of the bowlers once again. There you go. Harshit Seth, 2 wickets, 15 runs. Uzair Khan, 2 wickets, 31 runs in his 4 overs. But I think he was unlucky. He should have had a couple more. And Rohan Mustafa picking up 1 wicket for 20 runs. Hafiz Almas, the top scorer, 44 of 18 deliveries. How important those runs would be, we'll get to know in the second innings when we come back. It's 177. That is the target for the second semi-final. Will they be able to get there? That is the question. We are gonna go into a break and come back. You stay tuned.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the ICC Academy Oval. It's the DP World ILT20 Development Tournament, and we are into the second innings of the second semi-final, which is being played between the Dubai Capitals development team and the ILT20 Pearls. That's the report card so far. Capitals, having batting first, have managed to get to a total of 177 thanks to that brilliant innings from Hafiz Almas, 44 of 18, and a quick fire 38 of 27 from Mayank Chaudhary. We're just moments away from the first ball being bowled of the second innings. The two openers are out there in the middle, and the man on your screens is a centurion in the previous game. 139 runs is what he's got, 12 fours and 9 sixes, a best of 112 not out. And that is something that they'll want a repeat performance of in this semi-final as well. And with him, giving him company, is Rohan Mustafa, the left-handed batter. 51 runs for him, has an off tournament. The DP World ILT20 development just got 27 runs to him. But that can change because he's a big match player. And talking about big match player, there is another man on your screens who's had some outstanding performances in this tournament. 6 wickets for him is Umeed Rahman, UAE player, under 19 cricketer, who's also has made his debut for the senior side. And on your screens now is Mr. Asif Iqbal, the umpire.
Thank you very much. Ali.
Right, so we're good to go. Alishan Sharfu to face Umeed Rahman. Let's play, says Asif Iqbal. Here we go, ball number 1 of the second innings of the second semi-final. Beautifully played, straight up from the middle of the bat. They will get to, will complete them comfortably in the end. So off the mark with those 2 runs, and just the right time to introduce my co-commentator in the commentary gantry. I've been joined by Owais. Owais, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Shoaib, and good evening to all our viewers. That was a nice shot to start off the proceedings from Alishan Sharfu, but want to continue from where he left last night. The tremendous knock, 100 runs. Oh, comes down the track, trying to target Umeed Rahman. Needs to be a little careful. Well, he's making his intentions pretty clear. Yeah, there you go, just indicating there is movement. And that is where you need to be a little careful, especially against Umeed Rahman, who will definitely take the ball away from the right-handers. Well, these two batters in the middle will certainly hold the key for ILT20 Pearls. Want to get off to a rollicking start here. Outside edge, and that will be the first boundary for Alishan Sharfu. Not the ideal of shots, but then he will take it.
Now, thick edge as the ball reaches the boundary ropes. The fan code 4 did swing the bat and beat the fielder at short third. Ball just travelled off the edge of the bat of Alishan Sharfu. He gets his first fan code 4 of the game. Short ball, and that's been hammered. It will be 4 more for Alishan Sharfu. Just too short, too wide. And another fan code for back-to-back boundaries for Alishan.
Yeah, good looking shot coming in from Alishan Sharfu, the captain. He's already looking dangerous now. First over, he's already got a boundary, and now back-to-back boundaries coming in. That came right off the meat of his bat. It's already looking quite destructive. Would want to take his team off to a flying start. And on the other end, Dubai Capitals development, they would want to ensure to pick this man as quickly as you can. Otherwise, it's going to take the game away from you in a jiffy. Top edge once again towards the third man. One bounce into the fence. This is turning out to be a huge over. Not very sure with these tactics. There's no third man. He's getting those nice outswinging going in his favor. But then again, surprising to see the fielders in the circle. And knowing that, he has that privilege to go hard. And he's just got 4 more runs.
Yeah, off to a start here, off to a flyer, Alishan Sharfu. Some flying shots towards the deep third. Last ball of the over. A hat-trick of boundaries. Now a swing and a miss. Much better from Umeed Rahman. A dot ball to end the over. 14 for none.
Well, that is the playing 11 for you. Rohan Mustafa and the captain Alishan Sharfu opening the innings and already off to a flying start. Plenty of batters to come after this. Asif Khan, Kamran Atta, Ethan, Yasir, Shahid, Harshit. Well, they all can bat. So that is one privilege that this team have. And all of them can bat in this side. Well, this man hasn't really got going as of now in this tournament. But once again has a perfect opportunity to give his team a good start. And talking about this man, Farhan Khan, well, we'll see him certainly generating some extra gas, some extra pace early on. Sharing the new ball alongside Umeed Rahman. Nicely bowled. Perfect length and equally well played by Rohan Mustafa. That is more like it. Usually we see Rohan Mustafa, the first ball he plays, shimmies down the ground, tries to hit for a 6. That was a good shot. And there you go, Andy Flower on your screen, having a close eye in the middle and overseeing the proceedings in the middle. We already saw a nail-biter blockbuster for contest early on the first semi-finals where Gulf Giants Development went on to win in the last over. Rayhan Khan and Zohaib Zubair just snatched the game away, I would say, from ILT20 Thunderbolts. They were nowhere in position to win that game. But hats off to those youngsters. Oh, what an absolute ripper of a delivery. And that just completely took Alishan Sharfu by surprise.
Yeah, that's a good ball. And we do know that Farhan Khan, he gets that extra bounce off the wicket. He's a tall, a lanky fast bowler. Gets that extra purchase and that nip and bounce and carry. That's why he's been so effective. Very impressive. Hasn't justified his potential, I would say, but he definitely is a talent to keep a close eye on in the UAE. And that's off the pads. Oh, well, that was too much height and was going down leg. Just an over-ambitious appeal from Farhan Khan. Leg by signalled.
Yes, I agree with you, Shoaib. He has been an exceptional talent. Usually does pick up wicket for you early on. But the issue in this tournament, I think he's just been a little short for my liking. So I would like to see him rather pitch the ball up, ball in the perfect areas and just extract any early movement he can get from the new ball.
Yeah, that's the length. They're appealing for it. Adib is too excited. Rohan Mustafa not moving at all. Nadeem Anjum. He's normally very sharp. Let's look at that. Yeah, that did brush the pant, that's for sure. Not sure whether it hit the bat or not.
Well, I think the umpire has made an excellent call once again. I think it wasn't an appeal. It was more like a plead from the keeper and the bowler. Oh, that was mighty close. But the umpire stood firm, stood his ground, and I think made an excellent decision in the end.
Rohan Mustafa didn't budge at all. Good call, I would say, from Nadeem Anjum. Now he slashed that one. There is protection. Farooq Mohmand, the man there. cleans it up. Let's look at that appeal again. It did brush the pant. And as you would see now, Adib Usmani, when he's crossing Rohan Mustafa, you will see Rohan Mustafa having a quick word, or just, there you go. He's talking to him, saying that it's, what's wrong with you, buddy? It's on the pant. And he never has nothing to say. He'll always have something or the other to put across. He'll definitely want to share a piece of his mind every time.
Pulled away, and it seems like the umpire has called this a no ball. Not getting it from the middle of the bat, but then it is going to be a free hit. He was bowling brilliantly, and then this last delivery seemed like he's overstepped.
Yeah, just overcompensating Farhan, trying to put in some extra pace on that delivery. It's been called a no ball and will be a free hit as well. And it's going to be Alishan Sharafu on strike. There you go, free hit signal. The field can be changed because it was Rohan Mustafa who faced that delivery, and now it's going to be Alishan Sharafu facing the free hit delivery. So here we go, free hit coming up. Short ball. And it'll be a legal delivery. Alishan Sharafu now in some shock. A dot ball to end the over. 2 overs done. It's 20 for no loss.
Similar comparisons after 2 overs. No wickets have been lost. And this was the time where Dubai Capital's development, they just lost track and they started losing wickets from here onwards. And this is where ILT20 Pearls, they need to be smart and not lose early wickets. Not to put themselves in pressure. Dances down the track, outside the edge. And once again, it's gone towards the boundary. No third man. And quite a strange strategy. Yeah, Rohan, you can see the funny side of it. It was a good delivery. Came down the track, but he's got plenty of bat on this one. And yet again, that's not the first time we're seeing the ball going towards the third man for a boundary, Shoaib.
Yeah, with Rohan Mustafa, you expect that. He does have that tendency of clearing his front leg and opening up while playing his shots. And when you do that, even a mistimed hit like that goes for a fan code 4. Again, clearing that front leg. Very unorthodox looking shot from Rohan Mustafa. Normally, you would find a left-handed batter very stylish, elegant, pleasing to watch. But Rohan Mustafa, with all due respect, is an exception to that. He's very effective. He scores tons of runs, but he's very unusual as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Shoaib. That is one area he needs to improve. And that is one thing which all the teams have realized. So they keep on bowling short, get that deep point and deep third, and that is where he usually gets out.
No!
And straight away, no is the call. Short delivery, I think missed out on that, Alishan Sharafu. They're off to a decent start. No wickets have lost. Alishan Sharafu compared to Rohan Mustafa has looked relatively comfortable in the middle. And an off day for Omid Rahman, and I think we've seen 3 times that they've tried to target Omid Rahman and it has taken the outside edge, gone towards the third man for boundary.
Yeah, he's been unlucky tonight. That's a good delivery again. Just an awkward shot from Alishan, played away from his body, a misfield. And it's a 4. Well, he held it in his hand and then crossed the ropes.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting replay. Got himself into an awkward position. I think he was just in 2 minds and in the end just flicking it towards the mid-wicket region. Fumble and then, well, how do we close this out, Shoaib?
Yeah, sometimes it does happen. You hold on to the ball hoping that you'll throw it, but then that reflex doesn't come in time and you overstep. That's what happened with Heather. He's normally a good fielder. That's a good length. That's the length where Omid should be bowling. He's a little short to my liking tonight. This is perfect.
Yeah, that is what he has to offer, especially when he's bowling with the new ball. Omid Rahman gets that lateral movement early on in his favour. But then again, as I mentioned earlier, Shoaib, he's just been a little short in this tournament. And that is the reason at times he's been expensive. And yet again, 23 in 11 deliveries and still one ball to go. Oh, missed onto it. And that will be the end of the third over. 29 for no loss.
Well, it was a brilliant knock from Alishan Sharfu yesterday in that last league game. He came out all guns blazing and showed what a character he is. He's a special talent, homegrown cricketer in the UAE. He played all his cricket and he's made the right noises, has expressed himself freely. Didn't have the best of starts, but last night it was an entertainer. A blockbuster hit from a blockbuster cricketer, Alishan Sharfu.
Short delivery slashed really hard, and that has gone all the way. So Farhan Khan not finding his length, and Rohan Mustafa has taken him for a maximum.
Yeah, that's just feeding where Rohan Mustafa likes. He just likes to clear that front leg and go for it. Does get enough connection, and the ball crosses the ropes for a 6. So runs coming just at the right pace for the ILT20 Pearls in this semi-final. Remember, the team that wins obviously goes into the final. We've got Gulf Giants Development waiting for the winner of this game. Swing and a miss. Could have been the ILT20 Thunderbolts. But it is Gulf Giants Development who've done well in that first semi-final. Pulled a rabbit out of the hat, so to speak. Achieved the impossible. And this is what cricket is all about. It's about that never say die attitude. Never give up till the last ball is bowled and till the last run is scored.
Short delivery pulled away towards mid-wicket, and that's going to be a boundary. So they are targeting the speedster Farhan Khan, and yet again not learning from his mistakes, opting to go short. And I think Rohan Mustafa was pretty much ready for this. There you go. Into the gap, into the vacant area, and that is a fan code moment.
That was not all that short. It was full, but onto the body of Rohan Mustafa. And he's played that well. Nothing much Farhan could do with that. Just an innovative shot from Rohan Mustafa. Needs to keep bowling that length, but can correct his line. Can bowl outside off. Try to get that edge. Maybe make Rohan Mustafa commit onto the front foot instead of just allowing him to go on the back foot time and time again. Bowl one full delivery. Come on, Farhan. Well, who am I to be heard? Farhan will do what he thinks is right. He'll bowl another short delivery.
Yeah, by no means he wants to follow your instructions, Shoaib. He's still opting to go short. Not too sure if that is the right approach.
Well, I think it's right. That's the reason why he is there and we are not. So, I think it's better he doesn't heed to what we have to say. That's the field setting. A packed ring on the offside. A deep square leg in place and a deep third for Alishan. Oh, nicely bowled. That's the length. Yes. That is a ball that Farhan will like to bowl over and over and over again.
Well, this is all you need to do on this surface. There is plenty to offer if you bowl in the right areas, and that is the right area. You need to bowl full with the new ball. And they've certainly missed a trick or two, both the bowlers, Umeed Rahman and Farhan Khan. Every time they've gone short, they have gone for run, Shoaib. But every time they've gone fuller in the right areas, we've seen both the batters getting beaten.
Yeah, I agree with you completely, Always. It's just that it's not PlayStation where you can actually bowl 6 deliveries. It's easier said than done. I'm sure Farhan knows that he has to bowl full, but it's also about the execution. Sometimes you just don't get it right. End of the 4th over, it's 40 for none.
Well, in comes another very talented left arm orthodox spinner. Had a very good run overall in this tournament. Has picked up a 3-wicket haul. Total 8 wickets overall. So I think it's the right move considering the bases were going for plenty. Short delivery, pulled really hard. And another misfield will allow them to come back for a second.
Yeah, Dubai Capitals have called upon their best bowler, Haider Ali, to come in and break this partnership. I think it's a good call from Khalid Shah, the captain. He's a genuine wicket taker. And he's one of those rare left-arm bowlers who's not afraid to bowl to left-handed batters. I think he enjoys, in fact, bowling to left-handed batters as much as he enjoys bowling to the right-handed batters as well. So, very rare achievement or a rare skill to have for a left-arm bowler to bowl so well against the left-handed batters. That's a good shot. That is a very good shot. Not the best of deliveries. Too short from Haider and rightly punished by Rohan Mustafa.
And that is what we heard from the stump mic behind the stumps. That you're bowling too short, mate. It was there to be hit. And he always wanted to go aerial, and it has gone towards the boundary no time. Another fan code 4. So straight away targeting their mainstream bowler, Haider Ali. Shot. Oh. I think he just was in two minds there, Shoaib.
Sometimes as a batter you overread situations. I think now Rohan Mustafa was expecting that full ball because he knew that the previous one was short. Was not ready for it. Needs to play on merit. Yeah, nicely bowled. Some revs on that delivery. Gets some extra bounce. And the ball reaches fine leg for a single.
Yeah, coming back to your point, Shoaib, when you mentioned that he likes to be bowling to the left-handers, and I think one of the reasons should be that he's got that excellent arm delivery for the right-handers. So to the left-hander, it's always going to go away from him. So that is one art he's developed. So I personally believe that that is one of the balls he enjoys bowling to the left-handers.
He can move the ball both ways, turn the ball both ways. He's got some movement in the air with the new ball. He's got that seam up arm ball as well. So he's got a few variations. That's what makes him a very difficult bowler to score runs off. Will be a single. Ali Abid at mid wicket. End of the over. 8 runs off it. 5 overs bowled. It's 48 for none.
Well, going along really nicely, ILT20 Pearls. Oh, beautiful delivery. That is the area Farhan Khan should be targeting. Every time he's bowled full, he's asked a lot of questions to the batters. And Alishan Sharfu had no answers on this. There you go. Oh, that is a ripper of a delivery. Acknowledgement coming in from Alishan Sharfu too.
Yeah, when he bowls really well, Farhan Khan. Some unplayable deliveries from him. Swing and a miss. There you go again, that full delivery. At that pace and that movement in the air, if you can bowl full, you're very difficult to score runs off.
Yeah, now maybe he can just take a deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, and go for a short delivery, maybe a slower bouncer, and not be predictable. He's gone fuller on 2 occasions, and now Alishan Sharfu would be wanting him to bowl full again, but I think the right move should be to just bamboozle him with a short delivery. It's going to be interesting delivery though.
Pulls. Not the most convincing of shots from Alishan. They will get 2. It was a half-hearted attempt of the pull, but he'll still get 2 runs. Gets that 50 up for the ILT20 Pearls in just 5.3 overs. And they have all 10 wickets in hand.
Yeah, this is a brilliant start. And there you go, the signal from the umpire. A free hit on the way. And it is going to be Alishan Sharfu to get the opportunity to face the second free hit in this innings. They're running with the show at the moment. ILT20 Pearls, Dubai Development, or beg your pardon, Dubai Capital Development rather, would want to get a breakthrough from here onwards. That was the last delivery, trying to go for a big hit, not getting it from the meat of the bat. Right then, there you go, free hit. Pulled away towards mid wicket and still not finding the connection. Junaid will do the clean-up work and they'll come back for the second.
They haven't been able to capitalize on the free hit deliveries. 2 more is what Alishan will get. Still looking for a wicket, Pearls. Beg your pardon, Dubai Capitals. They need to break this partnership. We saw a similar kind of approach in that game yesterday as well, where the openers did wonderfully well, but then they lost wickets in the middle. Short ball as you requested, and this one has been hit. Alishan Sharfu is very quick onto that pull, and this one will go all the way for a fan code 4.
Yeah, excellent stroke play by Alishan Sharfu, deliberately playing down the ground, never wanted to hit up, and was in full control when he played that shot. It was a good over, but then this delivery just ruined the over of Farhan Khan. That's another fan code 4.
Well, nobody's listening to me. Everybody's listening to you. Ovis, you asked for a short delivery. He bowled one. I've been asking him to bowl full. He doesn't care. 6 overs, power play done, and it's a very solid partnership. 56 for no loss. One ball left, in fact, in this over, and it's a wide ball. One more ball left in the over.
Yeah, I think surely now he will be replaced. Farhan Khan is already given a few no balls, free hits, and now just not getting the direction right, bowling a wide delivery. Yeah, you can see he's not very pleased with this over. It's turning out to be a quite lengthy over though. And the power play at the moment has completely gone in the favor of Team ILT20 Pearls. Right then, last delivery of the power play. Short delivery slashed and slashed handsomely. What an outrageous hit to close out the power play.
That is extraordinary from Alishan Sharafu. It was short and wide, and he's gone for it, and it's gone on to the banks. It's a big hit. Just the perfect icing on the cake in the power play. 6 overs, 64 for no loss.
Rather, it's going to be Haider Ali to continue. Bowling his second over. Nicely played. This is some very smart batting from Rohan Mustafa. And that is what's been missing in this tournament. He's been rather looking to be too aggressive, looking for those boundaries and maximums every time. But today, he's rather played the second fiddle and supported well Alishan Sharfu on the other end, who's been playing the aggressor's role. Well, they need to break this partnership now. It's looking quite dangerous. Nicely bowled. And rightfully so, sent back by his partner Rohan Mustafa.
Yeah, they'll have to bat sensibly against Haider Ali. They can't just look to attack every bowler that's coming their way. They need to be a little smart about this run chase. Now these two are set. They should look to play and bat through and not put it on the others to complete the run chase. Once you have settled in, you should look to score big, and I'm sure Alishan will look to do that. And with somebody like Rohan Mustafa on the other end, it kinds of eases that pressure of a run chase, because he's very busy. He'll not play a lot of dot balls. He'll get those odd boundaries. He'll play the ball in the gaps. He'll run hard between the wickets. So he's a good partner to have.
Nicely bowled, targeting the stumps, Haider. Yeah, you make a very valid point here, Shoaib. It's a great combination between these two batters. One, Alishan Sharfu, will go belligerent, look for those boundaries and maximums. Rohan Mustafa on the other end also likes to go for the big shots. But then again today, he's showing a lot of maturity in his innings. Comes down the track, hit hard, hit really hard. That's been belted towards the cover region.
Yeah, just using his feet, not the best deliveries. Again, too short from Haider Ali. He's bowled that poor ball once every over, and he's been hit for that shot once every over. First that 4 and now a 6 from Rohan Mustafa's bat. I think it's hit on the ropes, and on the rope is a 6. We'll have to wait for the umpire's call. Asif Iqbal waiting for the television umpire's confirmation. I think they'll want to have another look. But from what we saw of it, I think it hit straight on the ropes. But what do we know? Right. There you go. It's on the ropes. Straight on the ropes. There you go. 6, and I'm right.
You're always right, Shoaib. It's turning out to be a good over once again for ILT20 Pearls. 72 for no loss. Nicely bowled. Cut away. They're looking for 2. And they will get it comfortably. Really smart batting by Rohan Mustafa to close out the 7th over. 74 for no loss.
So new bowler introduced into the attack. It's Raja Akifullah Khan. Raja Akif, one of the most experienced bowlers in that lineup for Dubai Capitals development team. He has been retained by Dubai Capitals development, if I'm not wrong. He's a part of the main team and they've called upon his services here in this game. They're looking for the second. Great running between the wickets. This is excellent from Rohan Mustafa, the senior statesman. But he runs really quick, and for him, commitment is everything.
Yeah, showing some great game awareness, both these batters in the middle. And both the bowlers, Umeed Rahman, Farhan Khan, they couldn't really do much with the new ball. And even Haider Ali bowled a couple of those overs and couldn't really find any success going in his favour. So, right time to introduce this man on your screen, Raja Akif. He's one of the wicket takers for his side. Was brilliant in the last game even. Oh, that was drifting. Oh, bit of a mix-up. This could be mighty close. No backup. And this could have been a huge moment in the game.
Well, what was happening out there? We just spoke highly about Rohan Mustafa and how commitment is everything for him. He went for that run. It was a very risky run, not worth losing a wicket for a single. They both were almost on that one end. Alishan had to respond to it. And I think that's poor from Raja Akifullah, who was just wandering around. Had he been behind the stumps waiting for that ball to come, that could have been a wicket. Always time for some Always and Shoaib analysis. Let's look at that call and that running between the wickets and find out what could have been done differently in that angle, in that run out. Here we go. First up, Rohan Mustafa called for it while it was in the hands. Yes, no, Alishan had to go for it. Now Akif, just not quick enough. He did try, but not quick enough.
Absolutely, Shoaib. And I think even the fielder at the cover position could have come and do the covering work. But then again, I think it's a lucky escape. And has he done some damage while he was running? And there you go, best innings. It is Alishan Sharfu, the captain of ILT20 Pearls, leading the chart. 112 unbeaten. He was severe in that last game. And then we saw Rais Ahmed today from ILT20 Thunderbolts with his brilliant 105 unbeaten. There you go. He's everywhere. Rais Ahmed, 27 fours altogether, followed by Ritya Arvind from Giants, who's still in the race as they've qualified for the finals. And on the third was Luqman Faisal from ILT20 Bowls. And there you go. Can't really keep him out of the picture, can you? Rais Ahmed yet again, 26s altogether. That is simply unbelievable. Rais Ahmed once again, most runs, 309, leading the chart. And Mayank Chaudhary also has played a very good knock in this tournament overall, 254. And Luqman Faisal on the third position with 233 runs. Short, cut away. There's protection in the deep. Oh, he's done well here, Junaid Afridi. That was travelling with some knots and another couple of runs taken by Rohan Mustafa. And this is good to see from Rohan. Not trying to hit the ball too hard. And that is what he's been doing throughout this tournament. Trying to get early runs in the power play and in the process, losing his wicket early.
Seems like he's a bit exhausted now, tired, drooping shoulders. He's on his knees in the way that he's bending. Now that's an edge. Catches the call. Oh, poor Haider has let it go again. He's not been at his best in the field. That should have been a catch. Instead, it's 4 runs. Fan code 4.
Yeah, you can see Raja Akif, he's fuming, he's not very pleased with the effort from the fielder, and I think at this stage of the game and at this level of the game, this should have been taken. He got himself into a very awkward position, and to add salt to the wound, Shoaib, it has gone towards the boundary.
Well, it's a deep wound for Raja Akifullah. Will need an antiseptic. Too much of salt. Swing and a miss. Raja Akif has been upset, and rightly so. That would have been a big wicket, Rohan Mustafa's. These two are very close friends, Raja Akif and Rohan Mustafa. But let me tell you, when Rohan Mustafa is out there in the centre, his only friend is himself. Everybody else is a stranger. Smashed. That sounded like a gunshot, and it's gone and crossed the ropes in absolutely no time.
This has been belted hard from Rohan Mustafa. He's raced on to 44 in no time. It was Alishan Sharfu, the aggressor, but now Rohan joins the party, and he's taken Raja Akif down and will close out the over with a boundary. 8 overs done, 87 for no loss. Well, there you go. That's the comparison for you. After 8 overs, ILT20 Pearls are running away with the show. Capitals, well, they lost a wicket after 8, but then again, wasn't a bad score at all. Now, how much they need to chase ILT20 Pearls? They can plan out their innings. In comes another very talented wrist spinner, Mohammad Farooq. And I think that's not a bad option at all. There is some hint of movement, some turn, some perches on this track. So you need to take your chances and just maybe flight the delivery and ask the batters to go for those big shots.
Half tracker that's been launched towards mid-wicket will clear. And that will be another 6 for Alishan Sharfu. Starts the over with a maximum.
Yeah, it is now a race between these two batters. Who's going to reach the 51st? Short delivery, not the ideal of deliveries from Mohammad Farooq. Plenty of time for Alishan to rock back. And he has hit this really hard out of the park. So under pressure and under the pump is Mohammad Farooq. Short delivery, cut away really hard. Smart batting by Alishan Sharfu. And that is what you need from here onwards. On the other end, well, the captain needs to put his thinking cap on. They need to break this partnership and stop the acceleration of the runs at the moment.
Farooq.
Well, they've just not been able to get a wicket here. Dubai Capitals development team unable to break this partnership. Both of them into their 40s now. .46 for Alishan Sharafu. 44. In fact, 45 now with that single. Rohan Mustafa dominating this performance from both these batters.
Nicely bowled. And leaving it alone on this occasion, Alishan Sharfu. Well, what a time for these batters to come in form. Both of them, they were struggling initially, especially if you talk about Alishan Sharfu. He was short of runs, but then that is the class of this man. Getting 100 in that all-important game for them, where they were about to be eliminated. And there you go, another one, bang, out of the park. And with that, Alishan Sharfu will reach his 50.
Well, the good run of form continues for Alishan Sharfu. 100 in the previous game, 52 in this one. This was clobbered by Alishan Sharfu, and it's gone the distance. just the ideal way to get to his 50. Remember, he got to his 100 with a 6. He's gotten to his 50 tonight with a 6. 3 sixes for Alishan Sharafu in this game so far. Outstanding player. Lets it go. Lets it pass. That's a good ball from Farooq Mohammad. Dot ball to end the over, but he's given away 14 in his first over. 100 comes up in the over for the ILT20 Pearls. It's 101 for none.
Well, what a way to reach his 50 and to 100. ILT20 Pearls, swing and a miss, short delivery. And there you go, another stay down between these two excellent cricketers in the middle. And body language has certainly gone down now for Team Dubai Capital's development. There's no real chirping in the middle. Still 113 runs to win. There's a long, long way to go. We haven't really seen the middle order batters shine and score runs, so if they can knock either of these batters early on now, well, they'll be pretty much back into the game. Our captain needs to have a word with his bowlers.
No ball. Hit straight. Mayank loses the catch, but it wouldn't have mattered because it was a no ball. Another free hit. Well, Dubai Capital's development team losing the plot.
Yeah, short delivery and shooting it straight into the hands, but doesn't really matter. It has been dropped, but it was a free hit. And I think today, or rather tonight, Alishan Sharafu, he's been blessed with free hits. That is the third time he's going to face a free hit.
Yeah, twice before they haven't gotten a boundary, so could be third time lucky. Alishan Sharafu does enjoy hitting those big boundaries. Well, goes aerial, mistimed. No boundary on this free hit delivery as well.
Yeah, I think every time he's facing a free hit delivery, he's trying to go too hard on the ball. And that is why he's not able to connect and get that desired connection going in his favour. Right then, Rohan Mustafa is just one hit away for his half century. A lot will depend on Raja Akif. He was brilliant in that previous game. So a lot will rely on his shoulders.
Yeah, prior to this game, Rohan Mustafa had scored a total of 30 runs in the tournament. In this game itself, he's scored 47. Alishan's 50. Just outstanding yet again. Consistency back for Alishan Sharafu. A few edges here and there, but he did believe that he was in great form. And once he started middling, he was just not going to stop, wasn't he? 53 for him. 3 sixes in those 53 runs. Now that's played over fine leg. This is smart batting, using the pace on offer from Raja Akif and guiding it for fan code 4.
Yeah, reading the length very early, Alishan Sharafu got into an excellent position and smart batting, I would say. He knew that the fielder was in the circle. That's a fan code 4.
Well, too many boundaries, and those doves, I'm sure, are tired of carrying that fan code flag every time. Almost every over, 2 or 3 times we've seen those birds flying.
Short delivery. Nicely played towards third man. Using the pace of the bowler, single is all he'll get. So once again, turning out to be a productive over for ILT20 Pearls.
Just one more ball to go in the 10th over. Hit straight back at Raja Akif. He's gone for the single. Oh, puts in the dive. That was smart thinking from the fielder. Single to end the 10th over. It's Nelson on board. 111 for none.
Hafiz Almas coming into bowl for the first time in this match. And what has happened to him has happened to a lot of bowlers tonight. He's been hit to the boundary right away. 4 more.
It's been a similar story throughout this innings. Rohan Mustafa and Alishan Sharaf, who have absolutely dominated in this first half of the second innings, making this chase look very easy from here on. Just 62 more. And it seems like they'll do it in much lesser time than what has been allocated for them. These 20 overs. 50 is up for Rohan Mustafa as well with that boundary. That has been swatted. One bounce to the fielder. He didn't know too much about it, Haider Ali. Maybe a chance?
It was a chance. Haider has had a horrible day in the field. He's spilled over boundaries, he's misfielded, and now this was an opportunity. He didn't come forward to collect it. And that has been the story of the night for the Dubai Capitals. They haven't fielded well, they've dropped catches. Haven't looked on top of their A game.
Yeah, contrasting starts with the bat as well. Capitals struggling at this point of the game. Had lost 5 wickets for not many runs. Cut away by Alishan. He's so strong on the cut, Alishan. When he hits them, it travels at some speed.
Well, we'll show you how Rohan Mustafa got to his 50. He's on 53 of 29 deliveries. There you go. Shots right from the word go. Both sides of the ground. He was severe on the left arm spinner. Haider made those pull shots down the ground, and he's done really, really well, Rohan Mustafa. Normally you don't see Alishan Sharfu's partner going faster than him.
At this top order for the Pearls, Faizan, Rohan Mustafa, Alishan Sharafu, Asif Khan to come. I wonder how they even lost games in this tournament. 1 for the over indicates the umpire. Hafiz Almas isn't too pleased with that decision, but not many things have gone their way for the Capitals.
Yeah, when they scored 176, we were thinking that there was going to be a fight in this match, and there could have been had they not dropped so many catches and had they been good in the field, which they haven't, surprisingly. Maybe it's the pressure of the occasion. Another poor delivery, and the result is going to be a fan code 4.
That delivery was from pure frustration from Hafiz Almas. He bowled a shorter one. The umpire gave it one for the over. He wasn't pleased with the decision. Attempting a slow bouncer. Rohan Mustafa doing the needful to hit that towards the boundary. Yeah, you talked about this being over very soon, but funnier things have happened today, Faizan. Teams from very strong positions have conceded the game. The chances of that happening twice? I don't think so.
Way outside the off stump, and he thought and long and hard about it and given it a wide.
Yeah, a couple of seconds later making that decision, but a good one. I think that was quite wide from Hafiz Almas. He's looking extremely disappointed with himself, the big man. Alishan and Rohan have absolutely dominated this innings. Both of them getting half centuries. Just in the right time, they've clicked the pearls.
I never thought this was going to be a one-sided match in the second innings. Again, taking the pad on the way, going to the keeper. Dot ball to end the over. 11 coming off it. They're looking all set here for a victory. 11 overs gone, 122 without loss. Mohammad Farooq is going to come into bowl. Things haven't really been going their way. He's given away 14 runs in the only over that he's bowled. And Alishan looks to go big again down the ground, getting the inside half of the bat for a single.
Yeah, he's continued from where he's left off, Alishan Sharafu. Yesterday, a huge century to win that game and book a spot in the semi-final. And even in the semi-final, he's gone about his business, setting the tone and setting a foundation for a good and comfortable win that's coming up for them.
Now he's scored 182 runs without getting out. 172, in fact. My maths is weak.
Yeah, he certainly missed a few classes, but it's all good. 60 for Sharafu, 57 for Mustafa. They're going neck and neck with each other. 123 runs on the board, yet to lose a wicket. Times are good for the Pearls. Foot and a half in the finals already. Slog. Big, huge. Out of here.
Yeah, that was on the cards with Rohan Mustafa facing a spinner. He was in supreme form, and now for the first time he has overtaken Alishan Sharafu. With that shot, down on one knee, reaching for it and getting it from the middle of the bat. He's on 63 now and has taken lesser deliveries than Alishan Sharafu. That doesn't happen too often.
Rohan Mustafa was in good form before this tournament. Was in the Zim Afro League. Did make quite a few runs there. So he's obviously picked up some form coming here. But in this match, when it mattered the most, he's obviously delivered. And Farooq so far, in fact, all the spinners that we've seen so far have not got a centimetre of turn on this track. It's been gun barrel straight.
48 more required in 51 balls. Less than run a ball required for the very first time in this chase. There's a slight break. I think they're taking a look at the ball here. Yeah, that ball has taken a lot of beating. Maybe it needs to be changed. Some leather coming off. Only the umpires are allowed to do that, by the way.
Good disclaimer, Faizan. Umpire Nadeem Manjum and Asif Iqbal just having a second look at that white ball that has obviously taken a beating from these two batters. Been hit to all parts. He's literally taken the leather off it, Rohan Mustafa. Powered down towards long off on that occasion. Looking to muscle everything now. 47 required of 50. This should be a walk in the park from here on for the Pearls. And we have a big final loading tomorrow. The Giants, Gulf Giants, came through the back door. Somehow found a way to win that first semi-final. What a match that was. The Gulf Giants development team somehow getting one foot in and then eventually broke the door and crashed through. Crashing it is Alishan Sharafu as well. He's timing it, he's middling it, and he's going along his merry way.
Yeah, 14 runs coming off the first 5 balls of the over. Another expensive over from Mohammad Farooq. They've had a very poor night. All these bowlers have taken the stick from these two. Alishan Sharafu 66 of 39. Rohan Mustafa 64 of 35. They're looking all set to win it comfortably. Maybe even with 10 wickets. He can't find the ball, Junaid. That reminds me of our gully cricket days.
Yeah, it looks like he's looking for some treasure under those bushes. Yeah, a few times the ball has gone missing. And it looks like we'll have to get a replacement. So, fantastic batting this. Alishan Sharafu getting another sixer, 66 of just 39. Ron Mustafa also complimenting him, 64 of 35. So, a dream partnership, a dream opening pair. And they've done well in a match that matters.
That's the shot. Because of which the ball got lost right from the middle of the bat, and getting enough towards the longer side of the ground. So new balls taken here. In fact, a new ball taken here. I think this has to be one of the best partnerships of the tournament, because it's a big setting, big stage, semi-final. You walk into the final after this. And when it was highly required from these two to perform, they've come good for their side.
Yeah, that's why they're so highly rated as well. Some of the biggest names in UAE cricket. They always deliver when it matters the most and when it's required the most. Alishan did it in the previous game. He's doing it again in this game. And Ron Mustafa as well complimenting him. Makes room. Goes over the off again. This one will run away to the boundary too. So it's easy pickings for the two batters here. Turning out to be a really one-sided affair. 12 overs done. They're sitting very comfortably on 140 for no loss.
A short ball again, this time to the other side. The shorter side of the ground, and gets one bounce for 140 without loss after 12. Hafiz Almas to continue. That's flat batted in the air, drop shot. Story of the game, and a run out missed. Oh, nothing is going the Dubai Capitals development way.
Rohan Mustafa was going for a stroll in his village. That's what it seemed like. He thought that was going for a catch. He'd given up. Alishan had set off for the run, and it needed a direct hit. In fact, he could have easily lobbed it to Hafiz Almas. There was enough time to get that run out, but it's been such a day for the Capitals. Things just haven't gone their way.
Who said when the going gets tough, the tough gets going? Because it's not getting going for the Dubai Capitals development. Look at that. Very wide ball outside the off.
Yeah, Hafiz will argue that the batter did walk across quite a bit, and that's why he followed the batter, but umpires are very strict on those things. You've got to bowl within your range.
Good to see Akif Raja finding the funny side of things, because this has been nothing less than a thrashing. 142 without loss in a semi-final. Runs required at 4.5 runs and over. Another wide. There was a sound there. Maybe it's the bat clicking. Sometimes that can happen.
Yeah, now this is a baffling case. The batter walks a few steps across the stumps. Look, who's batting. Yeah, but still it's gone way outside. Even if the batter was at full stretch, he wouldn't have been able to go there. But you got a feel for the bowler. Not left with many options.
That was definitely wide. And I think they approve. Alishan on 70, not out. Of 40 deliveries. 34 more runs to get. Can one of these two get to a century? With Alishan going the way he is going, he might.
Yeah, nicely picked that area. Was an element of risk on it because third was up in the circle, but he made sure that he guided it wide off the fielder. Waited deep in the crease and then ramping it over. Nicely done, Alishan Sharafu. He moves to 74. Now within touching distance are the Pearls. Rather one-sided affair in comparison to the first semi-final. That was a swing-swung game. Went all over the place. That should be another wide. Yes, there you go.
Yeah, very poor bowling. I think they have given up already. It seems the shoulders are drooping. They just want to get this match over with. And that's the worst thing you can see on a cricket field. When the team thinks that it's gotten out of hand. And it's courtesy some fantastic batting coming in from Alishan and Rohan. But also some very poor fielding that we have seen tonight from Dubai Capital's development.
Full and straight. Whacked over long off. Oh, this boy can hit the ball a long, long way.
Mind you, he's just 20 away. And that's 150 up, 154 without loss. Just 20 away from a century. Can he get there?
Well, back-to-back centuries, that'll be some feat to achieve. And he's very much capable of doing that. 23 runs for the team, 20 for him. It'll certainly be in the back of his mind.
Knowing him, he will definitely try to get there. That's a single down towards long off. And Rohan again strolling. And smiling about it. Why not? It has been their night.
Yeah, they've bossed this one. And a lot of the confidence must have come from that previous game that they won. Very good game for them. They did well in all the departments. And that's why that's translated into this semi-final. A big game.
Yeah, certainly. I think that innings from Alishan gave them the confidence that they needed. Swing and a miss. Last ball to go in this over. 22 more runs required, 43 balls remaining. It's just a matter of when.
Look, there's been great talent on display in this tournament. And if the scouts were actually following this entire tournament, then there's real occasion of spoiled for choice here. So many good players coming through and showing what they're made of.
Well, we have seen 3 or 4 100+ partnerships, opening partnerships in this tournament. But this has been one of the best. 155 without loss. Dot ball to end the over. 13 gone. Alishan Sharfu right on top. 112 not out yesterday and 81 not out today. Rais Ahmed got to a century. Unfortunately ended up on the losing side. Couldn't even get a player of the match for that fantastic knock in just 40 odd deliveries. Mohammad Zoeb 98 not out is the third highest scorer. So only 2 centuries. Since yesterday we've seen quite a few runs on this on these wickets. Umeed Rahman coming into bowl. Cut away, up in the air and beyond the ropes. 6 more. Alishan on 87 now.
God, I'm a big admirer of this cut shot of Alishan Sharafu. He hits it with so much strength and power. And it goes a long way. That tells you that he's got a lot of timing and power behind those shots. It's not easy to play that cut shot, mind you. But he gets it so right every single time. A treat to watch.
More often than not, he's very technically correct also when he's playing that shot. The back leg going across, plays it well. And again, this time in front of square, straight to hand. Finally, they have a wicket, a consolation wicket. Khalid Shah, the captain, takes it. Ali Shah knows that there was a big chance for him to get to another 3-figure mark.
Well, a proper anti-climax this. We thought they're going to win it by 10 wickets. One of the few shots that he hasn't timed too well. Khalid Shah was there to gobble it up. And a consolation wicket for the Dubai Capitals development team. But what a knock once again from the skipper of the Pearls. 87 of 45. Massive innings in a massive occasion. 161 for 1. Well, when one big striker of the ball walks away, another big one comes out. Asif Khan, fondly known as Asif Lala by all of us. 119 runs in this tournament. He's had shades of good form, but he comes in a very comfortable position for his team. Just 16 runs away. Look to see through alongside Ron Mustafa. Carried away straight to the fielder. These two men on the crease, Faizan, have batted together for many, many years.
Absolutely. They know each other inside out. Oh, one thing's for sure, they're not going to run hard between the wickets. Both of them like to play their shots. That's how Alishan lost his wicket. 87 very good runs. Just when it mattered the most, he came into form yesterday. They were looking at a defeat and a loss could have taken them out of the semis. But now they are on the verge of winning the semis and getting into the finals. Just when the doctor ordered for them, they performed, got into the semi-finals and dominated the semi-finals.
You know what they say, the comeback is always greater than the setback. Earlier in the tournament, a couple of losses, would have been a setback, but how well have they come back? Now they have almost confirmation of being in the finals.
I think a couple of losses are sometimes important to wake you up. They stir something inside of you. And those couple of losses when they were sitting pretty on top at the table, I think woke them up. Pulled away, not from the middle of the bat, but that's okay. It's going to be only a single. That will end the over, is it? No, still a ball to go.
Just the 1 wicket for Dubai Capitals development so far. Highly unlikely that things can go south from here onwards for the Pearls. 15 from 37. They should be done and dusted very quickly for them.
3 hat-tricks required, consecutive, for that to happen. That wouldn't.
No pressure. Well, it's been a belter of a track. Nothing in it for the bowlers, at least in this innings. Batting has looked very easy. Hit firmly towards mid-off. A direct hit would have had Ron Mustafa running straight back into the pavilion. Nevertheless, they'll get the single. And it'll be the end of the over. 163 for 1 after 14.
A wicket falling on 161. This, in my mind's eye, is the second highest opening partnership of the tournament. Slashed hard, straight to hand. Another consolation wicket here. Farhan Khan takes it.
Yeah, well, Rohan Mustafa looking to just finish this off as soon as he can. Just delaying the inevitable here. Both the openers now back in the hut. Similar sort of wicket. Looking to force this over cover into the pitch from Farhan Khan. And Haider Ali this time holds on to it quite safely. So another good innings comes to an end. Rohan Mustafa, his innings come to an end. 66 of 40, a good hand in an important game. 163 for 2.
Prithvi is the incoming batter, and he's the super sub coming out to bat at a situation when not a lot of runs are required. He's replacing Matiullah. Interesting.
Yeah, probably some game time, some time in the middle for the youngster. Not a bad idea to give him that exposure. Nicely behind that. A good first ball to him from Farhan Khan. Yeah, they've got the 2 wickets, but too late is what they'll be telling themselves.
There is Matiullah. Chilling. Making sure his hair looks good. Always talking about something or the other. That's a quality that Matiullah has.
A word on the street is he owns a restaurant, so we should visit him sometime. Try out some of the food.
Yeah, we can eat peacefully while he talks.
Prithvi has just walked in, and because of this, Rohan Mustafa looking to power this one over the covers, but Haider Ali was parked there for a shot like that. Easy catch, and that was wicket number 2, the fall of the second opener, who've both done their job and ticked their boxes. Now it's up to Asif Khan and Prithvi to see this through for their team.
Very similar dismissals for both of them. Similar shots. Caught in the extra cover region. Edged, gone. Third wicket down. They're making a mess of it, aren't they? Wasn't required, and another wicket goes down.
Matiullah thought he could go home early. But Prithvi has been sent out as a super sub to try and get some game time. But Farhan Khan's bounce and movement was a little too much for the youngster to deal with. Not a bad idea, but obviously hasn't worked too well for the Pearls. Third wicket down, 163 on the board. A bit more common sense now. Yasir Kaleem comes out to bat. He was the one who had that finishing partnership with Ali Shan in the previous game. Oh, good bounce. Well directed from Farhan Khan. Where was this early on, Farhan? You've left it for a little too late here.
Well played by Yasir in the end. Just getting his body out of the way. And that was fiery. Good to see he's putting in some effort here.
A nice shot that from the cameraman. Got the proper stride of the bowler on there, and that bouncer being directed at the body of Yasir Kaleem. Couple of wickets to Farhan. Not very bad figures after all. Again, back of a length. Yasir Kaleem looking to cut that away.
That's how the third wicket fell for you. There you go. Just back of the length. Nothing short really. It was just too good for young Prithvi. And that was how the third wicket was down. It's 15 overs gone, 163 for 3. It's 163 for 3. Those 99 runs coming for the loss of 3 wickets in that over number 7 to 15. And the last over from Farhan Khan was a double wicket maiden. And another wicket goes down. What are they doing here? Asif Lala departs now.
No, don't tell me, Faizan. Do not tell me that there's another twist in the tail. There was a lot of heart-stopping stuff in that first game. And this just when Pearls were looking like they were going to walk home. There's a flurry of wickets, 4 of them in no time. And Asif Khan has to depart having made just 1 run of the 4 deliveries he's faced. Now it's 163 for 4. Another youngster to walk out, Ethan D'Souza. Suddenly, it's 4 wickets down. 2 new batters on the crease. Dubai Capital sense something. They sniff something here.
Last 3 wickets have gone down without a single run being scored. It's in the air. And that's gone. Out of nowhere, Haider Ali is on a hat-trick here. Is there a twist in the tail? 2 more wickets, and I can tell you, they won't be smiling about it.
What is going on here at the ICC Academy? In the last couple of overs, it's been a parade of batters walking in and out. Ethan D'Souza, you could have simply hit that along the ground, get the single, let the senior man take the strike, but no. He decides to go glorious. He has to take a glorious walk back into the hut. A first ball duck. It's 163 now with half the side lost.
New batter, Usaid Amin, coming out to bat. You would not have hoped. In the last 10 balls, unreal things have happened here. He's on a hat-trick now. Haider Ali, he's picked up 2 wickets. Those last 4 wickets coming without a single run being scored. Hat-trick ball has gone for a single. Yasir making sure that there are some runs that are coming now.
Well, this is unbelievable what we are seeing here. At one point, we were talking about Pearls possibly winning by 10 wickets, but suddenly they've lost half their side. Yeah, they're still within very good distance of winning it, just 13 runs required. However, look at that graphic in the pink on the right side of your screen. A flurry of wickets have suddenly applied the brakes and made this target look a little bit more difficult than it was.
That was the last wicket. Ethan coming out and going back without checking in. Slip in place. And gone! There you go! Is there trouble in the paradise? Well, we won't have expected anything like that 10 minutes back.
I am running out of words to describe the action here. What is going on with the Pearls? Haider Ali has knocked the top of off stump. Usaid Amin, looking back, is shell-shocked. And another one walks in and walks out. It's wicket number 6, 165 on the board, 12 runs away. But that seems like a long, long time to come. Well, Alishan Sharafu is smiling and laughing, but I'm sure deep inside his mind, he's wondering what's going on. Look at the expression on Rohan Mustafa's face. They're all shell-shocked.
Yeah, they're all scratching their heads just like we are in the combox. Nobody has expected this. Kamran Atta comes out to bat. He won't have expected to come out to bat. He was sitting chilling. But now he will have to come out and bat and partner Yasir Kaleem, who's on the other end.
For the first 15 overs, it was only Asif Khan who was wearing his pads. In the last 2 overs, everybody had to put them on. A bit more sanity, playing along the ground. This is some unbelievable stuff. 5 wickets have fallen very quickly, and the last 3 have come back to back. Asif Khan first to go. Then Ethan D'Souza going for a glorious hit. Finds mid-wicket. And then after that, Haider Ali knocks the off stump of Usaid Amin. How this game has changed in the last few overs. It's unbelievable scenes here.
4 wickets have come in for just 2 runs on board. In fact, the first wicket fell on 161. And since then, we've seen 5 more wickets with just 4 more runs being added. Yasir Kaleem cannot believe it, I think. With his hand on the hip, he doesn't know what to do now.
But Pearls would be glad that there's someone like him who's still out there. One of the most wisest heads in this sport in the UAE. He'll know what's required here. Some calmness, some composure. Slip in position. Look at that. Dubai Capital's development are suddenly in attacking mode here. What happened to the dropped shoulders? What happened to the negative body language? It's all vanished.
Had they only taken those catches in the outfield up early. Rohan Mustafa was dropped. Alishan Sharafu was dropped. And nicely bowled. Trying to take a single there, Kamran Atta. Those are some jitters, some nerves now for Pearls.
Well, there's Kamran in his name. Would have been run out there had he not been careful. That slip still in position. Umeed Rahman running into his last over. Oh, lifted. Beautiful. This is trademark Yasir Kaleem. Looks beautiful when he plays that shot. And a lot of the pressure has been released with that boundary.
There's no one better than him there. On the up, just lifting it as Samir said. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Extra cover, 1 bounce for. Beautiful looking shot.
Yeah, he doesn't really even transfer his weight to the front foot. Stands still. Just the swing of the bat is what gets it so far. Now down to single digits. 8 runs required. A bit more sanity in the batting.
It's just a matter of 4 good balls. And again pulled away for a single this time.
I'm sure there'll be some exchange of words between him and Kamran. Don't do anything silly, Kamran. We need to see us through. A big final is beckoning.
Knowing Kamran Atta, he's going to look for a big shot here.
The nuances of this game. That is why we love this sport so much. And you were right. This might just be a catch. Is it a catch? Yes. Oh, it has fallen safe. Midon was up in the circle. I'm telling you, everyone in the dugout would have had their hands on their heads. Kamran, what are you doing?
Kamran can now afford to smile, but this wasn't a very safe shot. He was lucky that Midon was inside the circle and could not get to it. Would have been an easy catch had there been a man there. Just 4 more required now to win. In fact, 3 more required now to win. And he goes for it and gets it. So finally, they look like winning it by 10 wickets. They have eventually won it by 4.
There you go, celebrations in the dugout. The Pearls were brilliant throughout the first 13 to 14 overs. Then a bit of a jitter, but in the end, it took some wisdom from the 2 batters out there. Yasir Khalil, Kamran Atta, seeing them through. After all, it was a one-sided affair, except for those few wickets that fell in. But Dubai Capitals, well, their journey comes to an end over here. They've played well to get to the semi-finals, but the Pearls turning out to be too strong for them in this second semi-final. And they, the men in blue, booked their place in the finals against the Gulf Giants development team.
Dubai Capitals, most of the tournament, were really good. In fact, at one point, they were the team leading with 6 points on the points table. The only team that had 6 points at that time. They secured the number 1 position for the longest time. And then, when it mattered the most, they just could not hold their nerve together. Did not do really well. And finally, losing it by 4 wickets.
Yeah, handshakes between the two teams. They've always played this tournament. Every match has been played in very good spirits. Now, after a long time, and an entertaining tournament, a competitive tournament, we have the finalists. And that is those men in blue, the Pearls, who will be taking on the Gulf Giants development team tomorrow. What promises to be an exciting final of the DP World ILT20 Tournament 2024. Right, this is how it panned out for the Pearls. At the top, Rohan Mustafa and Alishan Sharafu absolutely took the game away from the Capitals. 87 or 45 for Sharafu. At one moment, it seemed like he might get a second century here. Rohan Mustafa with a brilliant 66 or 40. Both of them were going along very nicely, and suddenly, when they both lost their wickets, there was a flurry there. Asif Khan going for 1. Prithvi Madhu being super subbed into the team. Asked to bat, he couldn't make a score. Yasir Kaleem was not out, but those wickets of Ethan D'Souza and Usaid Amin may have casted a small doubt in the minds of the Pearls dugout, but it wasn't to be. That partnership at the top, 159 of 83, that's what sealed the deal for the Pearls. Then, few small ones, few 0 partnerships, but Kamran Atta and Yasir Kaleem with a 13-run stand saw them through and got them into the finals with a win here against the Dubai Capitals development. This is how they bowled. 1 for 44. Hamid Rahman, very expensive by his standard. Farhan Khan was brilliant in his last over. A wicket made in 2 wickets for no runs. 2 for 30. His final figures. Haider Ali, brilliant as always. Consistent and always among the wickets. 3 for 23. Raja Khan, disappointing. None for 23 in his 2 overs. So was Farooq. Very expensive. None for 32. And of course, Hafiz Almas as well with a few too many extras. None for 26 in his 2 overs. This is how it all worked out. Then the Capitals, well, they batted first. At one point, they were struggling at 100 odd for 5. But then came Hafiz Almas and Adib Usmani towards the latter part of the innings, where Hafiz made 44 and Mayank Chaudhary made 38. Usmani with a 38 and Khalid Shah at the top with a very slow 21. Harshit Said with a couple of wickets for the Pearls. Zaid Khan also with 2. He should have had 4. There were 3 or 4 drop catches in their innings. Rohan Mustafa picking up a wicket. Shahid Iqbal expensive, but also getting a wicket. In reply, it was the Sharafu and Mustafa show. 87 and 66 with Kamran Atta and Yasir Kaleem applying the finishing touch. Was expensive from the bowlers, except for Haider Ali, who picked up 3 and gave away only 20. And in the end, Pearls won the match by 4 wickets. Should have been more, but they only end up winning it by 4 wickets. So these were the results from today's semi-finals. The first one between the Thunderbolts and the Giants. Thunderbolt will still be thinking about how they lost that game. They were in it for a long time. Gulf Giants with a last-minute breakthrough, winning that game by 2 wickets. And then in this second semi-final, yes, there was a bit of jitter in the end, but Pearls looked comfortable throughout the game and they won the game by 4 wickets. So it will be the Giants and the Pearls who will be taking each other on in the finals. With Aravind will be leading the Gulf Giants development team, and Alishan Sharafu, the man in form, will be leading the ILT20 Pearls. That will be tomorrow live at 7 p.m. local time at the ICC Academy here in Dubai. Right then, let's go down to the presentation ceremony with Faizan Khan.
Welcome to the post-match presentation. And of course, in the presentation party with me is Mr. Andy Russell. He's the tournament director. What a match we have had. It looked like an easy victory, but they made it a little difficult and gave us goosebumps, eventually winning comfortably in the end by 4 wickets. It's the player of the match presentation, and for that, no prizes for guessing. It's Alishan Sharafu for his brilliant knock of 66, taking on the attack up front in just 40 balls. In fact, 87 runs is what he has scored. Alishan, brilliant knock coming in from you again. Back-to-back player of the match in important games. How do you feel about it? You weren't very comfortable when you came out to bat today.
I mean, obviously it feels good, to be back in the runs again. And obviously a semi-final is always extra pleasure at it. But yeah, it was quite tricky in the start. Obviously, ICC wickets with the new ball, it's going to be tricky for the first couple overs. So it was important we got stuck in there, and then after that it just became easier.
You came in form just at the right time when the doctor ordered for your side. So, what was going on in your head when those runs were not coming?
Nothing, it was just a matter of time, and you just had to trust the process and just go out there and express yourselves, and yeah, I'm glad it happened.
Your partner supported you really well, Rohan Mustafa. In fact, both of you took the game away, 161-run partnership, but that might have given you a little heart attack there.
Not really. I mean, it's obviously important that your top 3-4 batsmen score, and I'm glad today we didn't lose a wicket for majority of the game, and then in the end we had a bit of a shaky situation. But I mean, it's a part of the game, and I'm glad we went through to the finals.
Did you really think when in the middle of the tournament you lost those 2 games and you were lagging behind at the bottom of the table that you would make it to the finals?
I mean, obviously, yeah, we were quite confident. Through the halfway stage, we were at first, and then we had a couple bad games, but we just wanted to leave it behind, take the positives from there, and then just move forward. And yeah, it happened.
Brilliant, Alishan. You were fantastic tonight as well. Wishing you all the very best for the finals.
Thank you.
Well, that's Alishan Sharafu. He is the player of the match for the semi-finals. We're going to be back with the finals tomorrow. And right now, it's all over from here, from the presentation area, and it's back to the comm box.
Thank you very much, Faizan. There you go. The word was good from Alishan. He said shaky. That was the situation in the middle for them. But a good win for the Pearls, and they confirm the spot in the finals. Right, then this is how this match was worked out. Dubai Capitals development, they batted first, and they got off to a decent start. However, a couple of wickets back-to-back. That of Zohaib first. A brilliant catch from Alishan Sharafu. And then Khalid Shah was looking to force the issue. Mayank Chaudhary looking to go after Uzair Khan. Held out at deep extra cover. And after that, it was a real struggle for the Dubai Capitals development. The wickets kept falling. There was no real partnerships in between. Khalid Shah was struggling on 21 of 25. But then Adib Usmani and Hafiz Almas combined after the wicket of Ali Abid in the middle. And at this juncture, it was looking very, very tough for the Capitals. But out came Hafiz and Adib after a few dropped chances, just like this one. They made merry of this subpar ball fielding effort from the Pearls. Now some good shots. There was another one of those drop catches from Matiullah. And eventually, they did hold out. Rohan Mustafa also dropping one. He did take advantage of all those drop catches. Matiullah Khan especially going for plenty in those last few overs. Then Yasir Kaleem held on to this one from Adib Usmani, which really applied the brakes. But Hafiz Almas had some extra plans after that, looking to up the ante. He too perished, and in the end, they only managed 176 6, the Dubai Capitals development. As always, Alishan Sharafu being streaky in the start, but then when he started timing them and middling them, it was a show from both these batters. Both Rohan Mustafa and Alishan were playing it all around the park. Sixers and fours galore. It was entertainment throughout their batting partnership. For a lot of this innings, it was them who were dominating. Some really good looking shots from both of them. Really muscling the ball to all paths. And it seemed like they will go home, get to the finals with 10 wickets in hand. Alishan Sharafu, he strikes the ball very, very hard. And he kept hitting them and hitting them. That's how Rohan got to his 50. Well compiled half century for both of them. And some ordinary bowling as well, assisting them to get to those runs. The runs kept coming. Farooq especially was expensive. Lots of fist bumps between the batters. And this was the first wicket, Alishan Sharafu. Then it was Rohan Mustafa. And after that, there was a procession of batters walking in and out. Real shaky situation as described by Alishan. Wicket after wicket, Asif Khan they are chopping on. Then it was Ethan D'Souza going for a big shot and finding mid-wicket. And immediately after that, Usaid Amin reading that the wrong line. And then for a moment there, it seemed like it will be some trouble for them. But the wise head of Yasir Kaleem and of course a couple of good shots from Kamranatha sealing the deal for the Pearls and getting them to victory by 4 wickets. So all smiles in the Pearls dugout as they go on and confirm their spot in the finals. Earlier today, we had the first semi-final between the Gulf Giants development team and the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts got off to not the best of starts. Giants were doing quite well, but then there was a good partnership that thrived for the Thunderbolts. Lukman Faisal, as he always does, and of course Ronak Panoli with a brilliant shot, brilliant knock. Some good-looking shots, some powerful shots, and also some very well-timed shots. Then there was a Yorker to get rid of Lukman Faisal from Zishan Nasir. Zuhair was trying very hard to break the partnership. Rais Ahmed was the star of that innings. He came in, took his time to settle in, but once he was set, he just kept going on and on and on. Kept hitting those boundaries, finding those big shots. And in the end, he got to a very good century. Look at that for a shot. That is pure class from the big man. There was wickets falling around him, but that didn't seem to trouble him too much. Rais Ahmed just went on playing his shots. 1 6 after the other, 1 4 after the other. That was a century for Rais Ahmed. Fantastic knock. He ended up becoming the highest scorer of the tournament with that knock. In reply, Gulf Giants got off to the worst possible start. They were never in the game, kept losing wickets. Junaid Siddiqui with a brilliant first spell. Rais Ahmed taking that good catch. And they were looking very comfortable, the Thunderbolts. They had the game well in their control. Syed Haider Wasi Shah got out to a snorter from Junaid Siddiqui. None of the batters being able to take advantage. Hamid Khan did play a few big shots, but this was Simranjeet Singh with his first ball getting a wicket. And Hamid Khan did try to get a few more sixes alongside Aryan Lakra, but it was Umair Ali Khan who was brought in to take the wicket of Hamid Khan with this trademark celebration there. And then when it seemed like the match was all done and dusted, Uzair Maan came out and played a brilliant cameo. Superb innings from him. Aryan Lakra couldn't support him for too long. And then from here on, it was as if ILT20 Thunderbolts were almost in the game, but they didn't realize that Uzair had different plans alongside Ayan Khan and Zuhair. Saghir Khan was also there for a few overs, hit a couple of big shots. But some very ordinary bowling and some very ordinary field placement in the end for the Thunderbolts, resulting in their downfall. And out of nowhere, absolutely out of nowhere, Gulf Giant development team, with all those things that happened, the run out, the catchers, they somehow managed to get through the line. The last over by Uwais Shah, he had to defend 11 runs but just couldn't do it. And look at that celebration from the Gulf Giants development. They knew that they've stolen that game from the Thunderbolts and confirmed their spot in the finals. So those were the results from today. Giants winning by 2 wickets and Pearls winning by 4 wickets. And the finals, of course, will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. live from the ICC Academy here in Dubai. The Gulf Giants development team taking on the Pearls in what promises to be a mouth-watering encounter of the DP World ILT20 Development Tournament 2024. I'll just a quick look through at the personal milestones here. Rais Ahmed leading the chart with the most runs, 309 runs for him. Unfortunately for him, they couldn't make it to the finals for the Thunderbolts. Mayank Chaudhary at second place with 254 runs for the Capitals. Both of them not in the finals. It's Alishan Sharaf who has a chance to add to that tally in fourth place with 226 runs. Right then, that is it from all of us here at the ICC Academy. We'll see you tomorrow for the finals. Until then, it's goodbye and good night.
एक रश है नस नस में लगे कुछ नहीं अब बस में उठने वाला है एक तूफान जूतों की फीते लगे कसने बूम जब चलेगा हल्ला मचेगा शोर भाई कैच पकड़ना मैच छलक जाए हाथ से बॉय बाजी मार जा चाहे शारजा चाहे दुबई मैदान में और जान लगा और कर दे तबाही get up and keep on moving get up and hit that shot get up don't stop the music होने